Chapter 609. Thank you for reminding me, Captain Tang, Xianxia said in a low voice. But Captain Tang suddenly called me. I don't think it's just about qi. There must be something else, right? So easy to talk to smart people. Actually, Tang Yan called not only to let Xianxia be more vigilant, but also to get Yi Jingqing's cooperation. Some things were private. The police could not interfere. But it was better for Xianxia to know what Yi Jingqing had done to Muqiqi than Muqiqi hiding it from him. I can say hello to Captain Tang the next time we meet. If Lin Mu and was a half-mature lion, then Tang Yan was definitely a mature tiger. Although their paths were different, they were both solid forces that he could get to know. Since Qi was under his command, she would need Tang Yan's care in the future. So Xianxia decided to do Tang Yan a favor. After all, didn't Yi Jingqing hit his heart with a flower pot? After answering Tang Yan's call, Xianxia answered the intercom. Chief. Su Che had just come back and was collecting information about Yi Jingqing. Help me do something first, Xianxia said. Send a visitation card to the Yi family. Su Che nodded. By the way, help me prepare something. Muqiqi did not know that Xianxia had interfered in this matter. After the old couple had cried enough, she went to the police's resting area with Feng Xianshan. Currently, the old couple was answering questions from the other police officers. Muqiqi looked at the old couple and felt sad. They had a son in their old age, but he was gone just like that. What hope did they have for their future? I wonder what Tang Yan said to them. Hearing Feng Xianshan's nagging, he knew that she was still worried about the future of the old couple. He was such a person. She was tough on the outside but soft on the inside. Aren't you curious about what they said, Captain Tang? Yes. Feng Xianshan nodded honestly. She also had some naughty thoughts in her mind. She wanted to go to the resting room to see Tang Yan now. Perhaps Muqiqi understood her expression. After all, she was experienced. So she said to her, "Go ahead. I'll keep an eye on them for you." He's a veteran. Feng Xianshan chuckled. After noticing that there was no one around, she slipped into the police station's shabby break room. Tang Yan leaned on the bed and closed his eyes to sleep. Feng Xianshan approached him quietly. She was about to sit beside him, but she was startled by his voice. "What are you doing here?" "I can't rest well either. I just want to know what you said to the old couple. Aren't you afraid that they'll commit suicide?" Tang Yan closed his eyes and remained silent for a while, which made Feng Xianshan think that he had fallen asleep. But just as Feng Xianshan was about to leave, he said, "Life may seem flashy on the surface, but those who live in it are very fragile and vulnerable. On the other hand, those who look like they're riddled with holes and would collapse with a single strike have hearts that are even more unyielding than you can imagine. That's because they've been tempered by life and have already become resilient. When you're free, let's go and see the old couple. I've acknowledged them as my godparents." After listening to him, Feng Xianshan suddenly understood where Tang Yan's story and his deep thoughts came from. Perhaps it was because he had seen too much and experienced too much. That was why he was like this now. "Do you always deal with such things like this?" "There are about 6 families that I'm sponsoring now. Why would I care about one more? Once you've gotten the answer you want, you can leave now." Feng Xianshan nodded and got up from the bed. "Have a good rest." But when she walked to the door, the corners of her lips curled up unconsciously. Although Tang Yan had a lot of bad habits and his behavior was strange, he could really be called a hero. Even if it was not in other people's eyes, it was in her heart. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Papa Yi arrived at Yi Holdings and told Yi Jingqing that he had received Xing Zhao's visiting card. Yi Jingqing thought that Xing Zhao's importance to Muqiqi was not just a rumor. "Father, no matter what CEO Xing's intention is, I will take good care of him. Don't worry. I know you're still holding a grudge because of Tang Xue. But now that you can't find her, you must cheer up. Even if you can offend the Xing family, don't provoke Xing Xiao. Since he came to you personally, it means that you've done something to make him unhappy." "I know, Father," Yi Jingqing answered calmly. "Are the police still in Yi Holdings?" "Yes. That employee did not commit suicide. So before the case is solved, the police will come and go in Yi Holdings," Yi Jingqing answered. "Make the necessary arrangements. The Gu family is the best example. You must cooperate with the police. Don't cause any scandal and embarrass Yi Holdings." "I know, Father," Yi Jingqing said nervously. "Also, don't offend that Officer Tang from the criminal investigation team. He's not a kind person. He will fight with you until the end. Unexpectedly, Tang Yan was so famous. Don't worry, father. After that, Papa Yi left Yi Holdings quickly. After all, he had left the family business to his son. So he had no reason not to trust his son. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Xing Xiao's car arrived at the entrance of Yi Holdings on time. Xing Xiao already knew that his Xiaoqie was now in the police force. Yi Jingqing immediately came out to welcome him. He seemed to be very enthusiastic. Welcome, Chief Xing. I've always heard of your name. It's my honor to meet you for the first time. You're welcome, Chief Yi. This way, please. Yi Jingqing pointed the way and led Xing Xiao into Yi Holdings. Su Che followed behind Xing Xiao to protect him. Yi Jingqing could tell that Su Che was very skillful. Even if Officer Tang were to fight with him, he would not be able to defeat him. Xing Xiao was good at finding people. Soon they arrived at the VIP reception room of Yi Holdings. Yi Jingqing asked his secretary to prepare some tea. I wonder why you're here today, Chief Xing? Don't be nervous, Xiao Yi. I'm here for a private matter. I know you're looking for Mu Tongxue. Do you have any clues? Xing Xiao went straight to the point. Yi Jingqing could not guess what Xing Xiao was going to do. So he laughed. Could it be that the stingy Mu Qiqi told on me? Chapter 610. Look, it's just a small matter. There's no need for you to come personally. You can just give me a call. Yi Jingqing laughed. Of course, he tried to make Xing Xiao unable to see through him, but he was too inexperienced in front of Xing Xiao. Because the moment Xing Xiao came, he had already pinched the soft spot in his heart. Mu Tongxue. Until now, he had not found Mu Tongxue's whereabouts. This did not rule out the possibility that Mu Tongxue was still under Xing Xiao's surveillance. Tang Yan was right. No matter how much he hated Mu Qiqi now, he could not make things difficult for her. If Mu Tongxue was really in Xing Xiao's hands, she would definitely suffer more. And Tang Yan was not someone to be trifled with. Since it was not Mu Qiqi who told Xing Xiao about it, it must be Tang Yan. Since you're so straightforward, it's fine. I will help you find Mu Tongxue's whereabouts. Thank you very much, Chief Xing. I heard that you've just returned to China. If you need anything, you can come to Zhongting. Since we're done here, it's time for me to go. Let me send you off. With just a few words, Xing Xiao had made it clear to Yi Jingqing what he should say and show his attitude. Yi Jingqing could not handle it at all. No wonder Mu Qiqi had changed so much in 2 years. With such a powerful teacher by her side, of course she could do whatever she wanted. And he knew that it was impossible to threaten the police and make Mu Qiqi compromise. If he wanted to find Mu Tongxue, he had to think of other ways. Threatening the police was not a long-term solution. After all, the murder happened in the staff dormitory of Yi Holdings. Xing Xiao only went in for 5 minutes. But when he left, he asked Su Che, "Is everything done?" "Don't worry, Chief." At least he could let Yi Jingqing know what it felt like to have his heart beat faster when he went back. After Yi Jingqing sent Xing Xiao off, he returned to his office using the private elevator. But when he entered the elevator, the lights in the elevator began to flicker and the elevator began to shake. Yi Jingqing did not move. He was afraid that if he moved, the elevator would start to fall. The door could not be opened and there was no signal in the elevator. Yi Jingqing quickly called the police. After almost half an hour, the elevator door finally opened. Yi Jingqing stood there awkwardly. He wondered if he was so unlucky because he met Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao was indeed ruthless. He was avenging Mu Qiqi for the flower pot. In the evening, when Tang Yan went to Yi Holdings again, he was told by his subordinates that Yi Jingqing was much more cooperative and polite. He also heard that Xing Xiao came in the afternoon. That was why it was a piece of cake for Xing Xiao. Any new developments? Qing Yunfeng is really a very hard-working young man, but this time he's competing with an old employee of the Yi Group. His name is Li Zhe. We've asked Li Zhe about it. On the night of the incident, he was at home with the child. He has sufficient alibi, so Qing Yunfeng's death should have nothing to do with him. Anything else? Tang Yan asked. We've asked the employees of Yi Holdings. They are not allowed to go up to the rooftop. And there are no surveillance cameras up there. When the incident happened, it was early in the morning, which means anyone could have done it. I'm afraid it's very difficult to investigate without any clues. After all, Yi Holdings has thousands of employees. So, we still have to investigate Qing Yunfeng's interpersonal relationships. Also, have you found the source of the rope? Tang Yan asked as he walked to Yi Holdings. That kind of rope can be seen everywhere in Yi Holdings factories. And on the rope, there are no suspicious traces except for Qing Yunfeng's DNA. Tang Yan did not say anything more. He went to the scene again. Qing Yunfeng was tied up and thrown down from a high place. To throw a 70-kilogram man to such a place, he must be strong and tall. Moreover, he must have a certain level of cultural knowledge. At least he must know how to counter-investigate. With these conditions, he could actually choose from the employees of Yi Holdings. So Tang Yan went to Yi Jingqing's office again. Sorry to disturb you. What do you need this time, Captain Tang? A list of your employees and their detailed resumes, Tang Yan replied. If possible, please provide the relevant surveillance cameras. That's easy. But I didn't know that Captain Tang knew a big shot like Zhou Xian. Yi Jingqing's words were obviously sarcastic. However, Tang Yan did not respond. Instead he said, if Xiao Yi could cooperate earlier, everything would be simple. I'll ask someone to prepare what you want later. Thank you. Having said that, Tang Yan was about to leave, but Yi Jingqing stopped him. I wonder if it's illegal to restrict someone's freedom of movement? Tang Yan of course knew what he was talking about. So he replied calmly, show me the evidence first. It's a pity that Captain Tang is not on my side. I don't belong to any side. My duty is to investigate the case. Tang Yan was very confident and his words were ruthless. The pressure he gave people was different from Xianxia. His ruthlessness was that he would fight to the death with you. In order to solve the case, he would do whatever it took. He would not give you any breathing space. At the same time, he would not tolerate any criminal acts. If Tang Yan and Xianxia were friends, such a combination would be really scary. Late at night, Xianxia went to the police station to pick Mu Qiqi up. The moment he saw her, he hugged her and asked, don't you have anything to say to me? Mu Qiqi thought for a while and looked at Xiao's eyes. She knew that this man must have known something. I was hit by a flower pot, but I didn't get hit. What did I teach you? Of course I won't let this happen. But Xiao, my current identity doesn't allow me to do things like an eye for an eye. But it doesn't mean that I won't remember this. I will always find a chance. I've already avenged you. Xiao pushed Mu Qiqi's head. Why would I wait for you to find a chance? Have you met Yi Jingqing? Your captain called me personally. I have to do him a favor, explained Xiao. You mean Tang Yan? Why does he have your number? It's easy for him to investigate. Xiao hugged her and leaned against the cushion. This person seems quite interesting. Are you interested? Mu Qiqi asked. He can also play a part in protecting you. Tang Yan and Xiao's meeting was a story for another time. But with this pleasant cooperation, he believed that they would get to know each other better in the future. Chapter 6:11. Mu Qiqi looked at Xiao seriously. You've gone to look for Mu Tongxue, haven't you? He's missing. There's no news yet, Xiao answered. It's New Year's Eve in 2 days. Come home early these few days. Mu Qiqi nodded when she remembered that she had to attend the state banquet on New Year's Eve. I remember. Still, the wedding ring was still in her arms. Why did she feel that it was so difficult to give it away? In fact, Xiao was also waiting. How long would this little one hide the ring? Mu Qiqi thought that it was better to plan it as soon as possible. So, when Xiao went to the study to deal with some matters, Mu Qiqi called Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian was definitely better than Feng Xianxian when it came to such matters. Wow, my busy man, I haven't seen you since your birthday. It's been almost a month and I haven't given you the birthday present I prepared for you yet, Lu Qianqian said on the other end of the phone. Qianqian, I have something to ask you. All right. Go ahead. Lu Qianqian smiled as she sat in front of her dressing table. I want to give Xiao something formal. Can you help me think of a way? After hearing Mu Qiqi's request for help, Lu Qianqian couldn't help but laugh. With your man's character, you just need to take the things out. Even if he says he doesn't like it, he will be very happy in his heart. It's different this time. It's our wedding ring, Mu Qiqi said. I've never done anything to coax him. I want him to be happy too. Isn't that simple? You just have to follow your heart, right? Think about it. You've been together for more than 2 years. Have you forgotten how it felt when you first liked him? How can you show your sincerity by asking me? She had been spoiled rotten by Xiao over the last 2 years. He was used to being loved. She could not even remember what she had done for Xianxia over the last 2 years. Am I not good enough? All right. I know you want to show your heart to your Xianxia. Think of a way. Let's have a meal together when we have time. I haven't eaten with you for a long time. Where's your Lin Muan? I went to the competition. Lu Qianqian sighed. So I'm lonely now. After chatting a little more with Lu Qianqian, Mu Qiqi hung up. How could she forget how she felt when she had a crush on Xingxiao? At that time in the small villa, she looked forward to seeing this man every day. When she heard the sound of a car downstairs, she couldn't help but get up and go downstairs to confirm it. At that time she was very careful. She didn't want anyone to find out, but at the same time she hoped that he would give her a response. Even now that feeling still made one's heart itch. So how could she not be surprised? At that thought Mu Qiqi felt relieved. She put down her phone and went to Xingxiao's study. Xingxiao looked up and saw Mu Qiqi entering the room. He waved at her. Come here. What happened? I picked out a dress for you. I can't be too rude at the state banquet. Xingxiao hugged her and placed her on his thighs. That kind of occasion was not an occasion to compete in fashion, but one that suited his status. The white embroidered dress is better. There are some dark green embellishments on it. It can also match your suit. Mu Qiqi replied, wrapping her arms around Xingxiao's neck. Xingxiao looked at the computer screen as if he was telling the designer to adjust the size. It was then that Mu Qiqi looked at Xingxiao's side profile almost obsessively. You like my side profile that much? It's not like. It's love, Mu Qiqi replied. Xingxiao smiled and turned Mu Qiqi around so that she straddled him. Then he said in a low and hoarse voice, unbuckle my belt. And then? Mu Qiqi asked. And then? Xingxiao lifted her pajamas and took off her belt. Then he pulled her closer to him. The tight union caused the two of them to sigh deeply. That kind of satisfaction was enough to drive them crazy. You're so bad. Mu Qiqi's body was covered in sweat. But at that moment, Xingxiao suddenly held Mu Qiqi's round waist and they were still tightly joined together. I'll let you know what's worse. When would this little thing be willing to take out the ring? Of course, the longer Mu Qiqi thought about it, the more it proved that she valued it. Late at night, Tang Yan got off work and returned home. Feng Xianxian had just finished cooking dinner. She was still wearing a naughty apron. Have some supper. That way the injuries on your body will heal faster. Tang Yan put down the key and took off his black windbreaker. Then he sat down at the dining table obediently. Feng Xianxian was satisfied. Then she brought the supper over. Eat. Tang Yan did not say anything. He finished the supper that Feng Xianxian had prepared. After that he got up from the chair. Shower. Yes. Do you need my help? Feng Xianxian untied the apron and asked. Yes, Tang Yan said. Feng Xianxian secretly curled her lips. After cleaning up the dishes she followed Tang Yan into the bathroom. This man was so seriously injured but he was still alive and kicking outside. If it were another man he would definitely be in bed for half a month. So the first thing she did when she entered the bathroom was to clean Tang Yan's wounds. His muscles were really tight. Tang Yan closed his eyes. He felt itchy on his shoulder because Feng Xianxian's hand was very light. Actually, you can use more force, Tang Yan said. He could not stand it anymore. So, you called Xingxiao about Yi Jingqing? When did it happen? Feng Xianxian used more force and asked. Before you came in at noon, Tang Yan answered. I didn't expect that you could ask Xingxiao for help. This could be considered as an eye-opener for Feng Xianxian. Therefore she felt that this man might be more complicated than she had imagined. After bandaging the wound, Feng Xianxian walked in front of Tang Yan and helped him wipe his body. Perhaps this man was afraid that she would feel awkward, so he closed his eyes and pretended to be resting. His body was really perfect. Feng Xianxian felt that there was nothing she was unwilling to do for such a body. However, their relationship was still very strange. Feng Xianxian did not feel that there was any difference between her and his wife. After the shower, Tang Yan leaned on the sofa and slept. But at this time the property management came knocking on the door. Usually it was a man who opened the door. Today it was a woman. She said, "You must be Mr. Tang's girlfriend." "Hello, someone sent something to the property management. We are here to deliver it to you." Feng Xianxian was too lazy to explain, so she took the thing. "Thank you." Chapter 6:12. It's for you. Xianxia walked to him and put it on the coffee table. Open it, Tang Yan said with his eyes closed. Xianxia thought that Tang Yan was a serious man. But when she opened the box she realized how naive she was. It was full of Mr. Du. How flirtatious was this man? Since he bought so many of them, did it mean that he planned to live happily with her for a long time? Thinking of this, Xianxia quietly brought the box to the bedroom. Then she took out all the boxes of Mr. Du and put them neatly in the drawer. Xianxia thought that he was obedient. Otherwise, with his workaholic character, he would still be investigating Qing Yunfeng's case in the staff dormitory. She wondered what the expressions of the police officers would be like if they knew that their serious and scary Captain Tang was being suppressed by a little girl. Late at night it was snowing all over Jianchuan. Yi Jingqing carried his briefcase home. Unexpectedly, Papa Yi was waiting for him in the living room. Father, what did Xiao tell you when he came today? Papa Yi tilted his head and took off the glasses on the bridge of his nose. He heard that Mu Qiqi and I are old friends, so he came to have a look, Yi Jingqing explained. Is it that simple? Papa Yi did not believe it. You and Mu Tongxue were close when we were young. You bullied Mu Qiqi for her many times. I know that. Now that Mu Tongxue has lost her reputation because of Mu Qiqi, are you willing to give up on her? Indeed, no one knew his son better than his father. It's been so long since Mu Tongshue's matter. Can't you just give up? When you were studying abroad, I was afraid that you would be distracted, so I didn't tell you about what happened to the Mu family. In the end, you got yourself into a dead end. Can't you just let bygones be bygones? Father, I know what I'm doing, Yi Jingqing said with a smile. Papa Yi took a deep breath and said helplessly, I'm afraid that you are no match for Xiao. Yi Jingqing did not say anything and went back to his room. But when he sat on the bed and looked at the photo of him and Mu Tongxue, he did not feel good. Even if Mu Tongxue had made a grave mistake, he would forgive her because he had always liked that flamboyant little girl. They were both twin sisters, but why did Mu Qiqi get to live the best life while his Tongxue had to suffer? Even now, there was no way to determine whether she was dead or alive. This isn't fair. Therefore, even if he had to give it his all, even if he had to sacrifice his life, he had to get justice for the girl he loved. The next day, Yi Group's employee screening had preliminary results. Among them, there were 3 men who met the conditions of criminal suspects. However, these 3 suspects either had nothing to do with Qing Yunfeng or had an alibi. The case seemed to have fallen into a mystery once again. Captain Tang, the clue is broken again. Tang Yan turned around and looked at Yi Jingqing. For a moment he felt Yi Jingqing's lips curl up. President, he doesn't seem to want us to find out the truth. What are you talking about? With Captain Tang's ability, it's only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. I have no doubt about that. It's just that in this situation, if you need any other assistance. Not at the moment. I'll look for you if I need anything, Tang Yan said with his arms crossed. Then they returned to the police station. They wanted to go through the case again to see if there was anything they had overlooked. At this time, Tang Yan asked Mu Qiqi and Xianxia to join the discussion. After all, these 2 were not only talented in forensics, but they were also good at discovering details. The staff dormitory of Yi Group is not open to the public. On the contrary, they are quite strict with the staff. In other words, it's almost impossible to sneak into the dormitory because they have a strict registration system. The surveillance cameras did not find any outsiders entering the dormitory. But the analysts did not find any suspects among the staff of Yi Group. So I want to hear your opinion. After hearing Tang Yan's words, Mu Qiqi looked at the projector behind him. Have you noticed this person? Everyone turned to look at the person Mu Qiqi was pointing at. In the projector, the man was tall and was wearing a security guard's uniform. He was closing the door of the dormitory. Tang Yan immediately realized that there was no such person in the staff information given to him by Yi Group. In other words, they had missed something. So Tang Yan immediately said to the information analyst, "Get this person's information now." Hey, Captain Tang. After giving the order, Tang Yan looked at Mu Qiqi and said, "The young master of the Yi family doesn't seem to want us to solve the case. I'm sorry, Captain Tang. I implicated the police because of our personal grudges. But you still found out." With that, Tang Yan led the team out again. Xianxia looked at Mu Qiqi and shrugged. Now Xiao Yi won't have a chance to cause you trouble. He must be very sad. Mu Qiqi snorted coldly. People who want revenge can create opportunities even if they don't have a chance. Then you have to be careful. Yi Jingqing did want to hide it from the police. Yi Group did not only have official staff, but also new staff and temporary staff. But he did not expect the police to investigate so quickly. And they had learned that the guard had a quarrel with Qing Yunfeng before. In addition, he could not explain his whereabouts on the night of the incident. So the police brought him back to the police station for interrogation. But before leaving, Tang Yan looked at Yi Jingqing and said, "It seems that Xiao Yi likes to play hide-and-seek with the police." "Captain Tang, you must be joking." "How can I? Do you know who found this person?" "Mu Qiqi." Tang Yan looked at Yi Jingqing. "Don't underestimate her ability. Isn't it good that the police can solve the case? Yi Group can also recover as soon as possible." Tang Yan looked at Yi Jingqing deeply. "Recover as before? I'm afraid not." Yi Jingqing knew very well that he came back to China to stir up trouble. He would appear wherever there was a chance to get Mu Qiqi and Xianxia. "I hope that Yi Group can cooperate and make a statement. Sorry to bother you." Having said that, Tang Yan left with the team. Yi Jingqing watched Tang Yan leave with his men. His eyes flashed. This was just the beginning. After the man was arrested, the interrogation soon came to a conclusion. I didn't expect that the reason for killing could be so simple. Because Qing Yunfeng worked very hard, it was always late at night when he returned to the dormitory. But this man was too lazy to open the door for Qing Yunfeng, so he asked for a reward. Chapter 613. If that old couple knew that their son was thrown off the rooftop because of this, they would definitely be devastated. Feng Shanshan sighed. This is the most pitiful part. But no matter what, the criminal is finally arrested, Mu Qiqi said with her arms crossed. How did you notice the guard? I also looked through their employee information, but I didn't see this person's photo, Mu Qiqi replied. Feng Shanshan gave Mu Qiqi a thumbs up. At the same time, she received a message from Tang Yan. Let's go see that old couple in the afternoon. Just us two? You still want someone else? Feng Shanshan did not reply because she realized that this man seemed to be deliberately training her. He would bring her to many occasions in private. You can eat with the professor later. I have to go out for a while. Feng Shanshan put away her phone and said to Mu Qiqi. In fact, Mu Qiqi didn't have to think to know who she was going out with. Be careful that you don't go overboard and let the people in the police station see through you. Feng Shanshan shrugged. Anyway, she could find 1,000 reasons to explain the two of them going out together. What was there to be afraid of? In fact, Mu Qiqi had somewhere to go in the afternoon. She had not been to the small villa for a long time, and she had not seen her aunt for a long time. It was a good time to take advantage of the fact that there were no cases in the police station. After lunch, Mu Qiqi arrived at the little mansion. Knowing that she was coming, Su Zipei coaxed the child to sleep and prepared cakes for her in the living room. Holiday already. I'll go check on the baby first. Mu Qiqi lay beside the crib and looked at the little one sleeping soundly with satisfaction. Is he easy to take care of? It's easy. She rarely cries, just like you when you were young, Su Zipei replied with a smile. Her whole body exuded the softness and radiance of a mother. And do you still remember Yi Jingqing? Su Zipei was stunned when she heard the name. I have an impression of him. He was not good to you. He has returned from abroad and is looking for Mu Tongxue everywhere. Now he is blaming me for her disappearance. But don't worry, I know how to handle it. Hearing this, Su Zipei's face turned cold. He still dares to cause trouble for you? How many times did he help Mu Tongxue bully you? And that's all in the past. Does young Master Xing know? He asked me and I told him. Mu Qiqi held Su Zipei's arm. The two of them were as close as mother and daughter. So I'm just telling you. What if that person wants to harm the people around me? Don't worry. I rarely go out now. Your uncle will know how to protect me. Su Zipei patted Mu Qiqi's hand. Is my room still there? Of course he's here. Did you forget what I said? Your room will always be there. I will keep it for you. Actually, I want to do something and I need your help, Aunt. Mu Qiqi's eyes were clear as she whispered into Su Zipei's ear. In fact, it was her plan to give the ring away. Su Zipei nodded and said, This is your wish and your happiness. Of course, I will cooperate with you. This was her first home after her rebirth, and the place where their relationship began. As the starting point, of course, she hoped that the ring would be given away here. Of course, Xianxia really did not know all this at the moment. After all, Muqiqi was on vacation. He could not keep an eye on her at all times. Then when do you want young Master Xing to come? Tonight. Muqiqi smiled mysteriously. After dinner, it seemed to be a good time to exercise and digest the food. Feng Xianxian followed behind Tang Yan. The two of them drove to the old couple's house and bought a lot of things. In a small house there was an old couple. All their hopes had been placed on Qing Yunfeng. But now this hope had been completely shattered. Seeing Tang Yan, the old woman covered her face and cried. I thought Officer Tang was joking. I didn't expect you to really bring your wife here. Is this little girl really your girlfriend? I've seen her before. She's also a police officer. She's not a police officer. She's a forensic doctor. Tang Yan explained and moved all the things he bought to the old couple's house. You've worked hard because of Yunfeng. Although we can't accept it for a while, we still have to live. Xianxian, there's a small box in the car. Go and carry it over. Feng Xianxian thought of Tang Yan's injured shoulder. She nodded and carried the box over. Open it. Feng Xianxian squatted down and saw a gray puppy sleeping in it. She reached out and carried the little thing out and handed it to Tang Yan. Tang Yan handed the dog to the old woman. Godmother, this dog is docile and easy to raise. Can also help you guard the house. Most importantly, it's loyal and can accompany you and Godfather at any time. When the old woman saw a fresh life in her arms, tears flowed out. You're so considerate, Officer Tang. I'll send someone to deliver the dog food and other things regularly. You don't have to worry. Seeing this, Feng Xianxian's eyes suddenly turned red. This was probably the so-called smoke and fire in the world. She did not expect Tang Yan to have such a soft heart. After visiting the two elders, the two of them returned to the police station. At this time, Feng Xianxian looked at Tang Yan's side profile and said, You can really understand their inner world. Giving them a puppy can also temporarily distract them. These are just some trivial things. What they need is a kind of hope and strength to persist in living. Tang Yan answered while driving. Do you have this kind of moment? A strong feeling that you can't live on? Yes, Tang Yan replied directly. You also had it? Tang Yan was silent and did not continue to answer Feng Xianxian's question. He felt that it was better not to let Feng Xianxian know some things for the time being. More importantly, he had not completely controlled her yet, so he had to keep it a secret for the time being. Feng Xianxian glared at him and only scolded, Stingy. Then I won't go out with you in the future. Whatever you want, Tang Yan said indifferently. But because of his indifferent attitude, Feng Xianxian was angry. I really can't understand you. I can't be too far away from you, nor can I be too close to you. I can't be good to you, nor can I be bad to you. What exactly do you want? After hearing Feng Xianxian's complaint, Tang Yan finally chuckled. Her summary was quite on point, so he also concluded. Anyone with a soul is not easy to chase. Chapter 6:14. Tang Yan stopped talking, which made Feng Xianxian even more speechless. Other than the case, you seem to be tight-lipped about everything else. Don't you feel tired of doing things halfway and saying things halfway? Qin Zhao asked. I'm used to it. Well, Feng Xianxian felt as if she had punched cotton. It was weak and meaningless. Tang Yan, whoever marries you will definitely die of exhaustion. After saying that, Feng Xianxian looked out of the window angrily and did not want to communicate further with Tang Yan. This person's mouth was really too difficult to pry open. He might as well suffocate to death. After returning to the police station, she was still angry. The professor could see it. What are you angry about? Professor, has Captain Tang always disliked communicating with others? The professor couldn't help but laugh. Because of him? I think it's quite tiring to interact with him. You can't blame him. When he first left the police academy, he went undercover and stayed in a drug gang for a year. This kid has always been quiet. After he came back that year, he became even more quiet. He became very thoughtful and thought a lot. When he was undercover, he was forced to do a lot of things that he didn't want to do. Although he succeeded in eliminating the gang in the end, he became very depressed because of it. In the next few years, he was basically a workaholic. He never let anyone know what was on his mind. He was always alone. If you ask him to say what was on his mind like a normal man, he won't be able to say it. This person will carry the sky on his own even if it collapses. So it's indeed a little tiring for a normal person to communicate with him. Because of this, his relationship is not smooth. He will either be betrayed or sold out. Didn't you say that he doesn't have a girlfriend? He doesn't have a girlfriend. His previous girlfriend has been with him for a few years, the professor replied. Did you misunderstand something when he first came? This person likes to pretend to be ignorant no matter where he goes. It's a habit that he developed when he was undercover. Maybe it's better for him to get along with you. If I accidentally said something and caused a misunderstanding, it must be to make him seem friendlier. Since you don't like him, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know. Xianxia wouldn't tell the professor that she had always thought that with Tang Yan's EQ, he was still a pure man. How did his last girlfriend die? That kid was too busy, so he went out to find someone else to have an affair. He contracted an illness and died. The professor said casually, he was just like that. There was nothing he could do about it. After knowing about this, he used his own money to treat the girl's illness. After she passed away, he set up a tombstone and sometimes went to take a look. Xianxia fell silent after hearing that. She felt that she was being very unreasonable. In Tang Yan's eyes, she was a delicate woman, wasn't she? That was why he could go to work the next day after being shot and ignore his own pain. Thinking of this, Xianxia felt that the pain she had suffered was not even worth mentioning. She had just been hurt by a man like that and she wanted to die. She didn't believe in love anymore. Tang Yan, who had been betrayed, still had to grit his teeth and treat her. In his heart, what did he think about feelings? Xianxia felt that she really couldn't get close to him anymore. This man was like a bottomless black hole. The more she explored, the more she couldn't find the answer and the more she wanted to go deeper. In the evening, Xianxia just got off work. He wanted to call Mu Qiqi to ask where she was, but he received a call from Su Zipei. Young Master Xing, are you free? Something happened over here. Can I trouble you to come over for a bit? I can't tell Qiqi. Okay, I'll be there in half an hour, Xianxia replied. Thank you. Su Zipei rarely took the initiative to call him, unless it was about Mu Qiqi. This also proved that Su Zipei was really in trouble. That was why she took the initiative to ask him for help. So he gave Mu Qiqi a call. Where are you? In the team, Mu Qiqi replied casually. When are you going home? I'll ask Su Che to pick you up. Might be a little late. After 9 o'clock, Mu Qiqi replied. What's the matter? You can continue. Having said that, Xianxia hung up and drove straight to the small villa. On the other side, Mu Qiqi hung up and looked at her aunt. He's coming. It's already dark and it might snow later. You should remind him to come slowly. Su Zipei patted Mu Qiqi's cheek. Go get ready. This time Xianxia really did not expect that it was the little one's trick. He really thought that something really happened to Su Zipei. When he rushed to the small villa, he discovered that the garden outside the small villa was filled with little light bulbs that looked like stars. There was an open-top dining car parked in front of the villa, its hood filled with red roses and scented candles. It was a small paradise. And opposite the dining car hung Mu Qiqi's love letter. Xianxia chuckled. He did not expect that the ceremony he had been longing for would come so soon. But Mu Qiqi was not there and there was an arrow on the ground that pointed to the love letter. Xianxia walked to it and took the letter, but he would never have imagined that Mu Qiqi had written the letter while fantasizing about confessing her love to him. So, brother, actually I'd rather call you Xiao. However, I know that you probably don't fancy a little girl like me. You only brought me back to thank me for saving you. You definitely don't know how enchanting you are. I should have spent every day and night after my rebirth on dealing with Mu Tongxue, but I realize that I'm more attached to something I can't let go of, and that is to be by your side as much as possible. You definitely don't know that I like you in secret, do you? I want you to know, but I'm afraid that you would know. What should I do if you don't like me or even hate me? I'm afraid that my aunt would know, and that she would think that I like my benefactor and bite the hand that feeds me. When I see you, I want to get close to you. I even dream of you, dream of being intimate with you, but you're so unpredictable and uncontrollable. Even if I work hard for 10,000 years, I still can't catch up to you, right? And yet, I yearn for your warmth so much. You don't have any other woman but me. Even if I'm just a 17-year-old girl, I'm special to you, aren't I? That's just wishful thinking. Because I like you. I like you so much that I want to shout it out loud. I really can't control myself. But I'm worried that you would hate me if you knew. If you don't hate me, then open the door to our home. If you do, just pretend that I'm having the most beautiful dream. Xingzhao's heart softened when he read the letter. He had exposed Mu Qiqi before and never gave her a chance to write a letter. Chapter 6:15. Moreover, how could he hate the little one whom he had spent so much effort raising? That little one really wanted a spanking on the butt. Xianxia folded the letter into a very small square and kept it in the pocket of his windbreaker. He could keep the letter until he died. If his children and grandchildren were interested, they could take it out and study it in the future. After putting away the letter, Xianxia turned his eyes to the closed door of the little mansion. When the little thing wanted to be romantic, she would do it one after another. She was very artistic and he liked this. Then he strode expectantly towards the little mansion. Behind the door was something he could not let go of for the rest of his life. Xianxia reached out to push the door open, thinking that he would see his little one after opening it. However, Mu Qiqi seemed to be playing a game that night. There was a huge sea of roses in the living room of the little mansion, and in the middle of it was a wall of roses. The wedding ring he had asked the designer to make was embedded on the wall, and he did not expect that his little one would put it on the wall. But where was she? Xianxia was about to turn around when a pair of slender arms came from behind and hugged him. Xianxia smiled and was about to turn around, but Mu Qiqi did not let him. Do you recognize that pair of rings? Xianxia was speechless. Where did it come from? He would never admit that he did not recognize it. You don't recognize it? It's fine. I know that it's a pair of rings. It was designed by someone who stared at the designer for 12 hours a day. So what? Xianxia snorted softly. I thought you were going to hold it in until the end of time and hide it from me. You're such a thief. You actually gave it to Mom. Mu Qiqi turned Xianxia around and looked up at him. But I knew it was prepared for you the moment I saw the ring. It's in the shape of a 6-pointed star, and our important dates and English names are engraved on the inside. I wouldn't have prepared that. Xianxia reached out and took the ring from the rose bush. Put it on. You're my exclusive little one. Am I not? Mu Qiqi retorted. Xianxia lifted her hand and put the ring on her ring finger. The 6-pointed diamond ring shone brightly. Not only that, Xianxia even lifted her hand and kissed it softly. Now it's complete. Mu Qiqi took off the ring on the wall and slid it between his fingers. Everything I have belongs to you, whether it's my body or my soul. Even if I have nothing, I will follow you to the ends of the earth and love you for the rest of my life. At that, Xianxia lifted her chin. He wanted to kiss her but remembered that they were in the small mansion. Don't worry, Auntie took the baby to Uncle's old home. Baby. At those 2 words, Xianxia suddenly thought that it would be the most wonderful thing in the world if he could have a baby that looked 70% like Mu Qiqi in his arms. However, she was still too young. He didn't want to deprive her of the right to be happy and have to bear the responsibility of a mother. That would be too unfair to her. Seeing that Xianxia did not move, Mu Qiqi stood on her tiptoes and kissed the man's thin lips. But just as Xianxia was about to carry her, she blocked his chest. I learned how to make steak from Auntie. Won't you do me the honor and try it? And do you know how hard it is to decorate the dining car outside? Xianxia looked at the little one and pinched her ear. I'll let you go for now. Mu Qiqi broke free from Xingzhao's embrace and went to the kitchen. After a while, she put the plate in the dining car. I wanted to learn to be a good wife and mother and take care of your food and clothing. I don't need a nanny. I knew you would answer like that. Just take care of my heart. Xingzhao said lazily. Then he took another bite of the steak. How is it? Xingzhao put down his knife and fork, wiped his mouth and got up. He directly carried Mu Qiqi. I forbid you from entering the kitchen from now on. I prefer you to feed me in other ways. Xingzhao thought that the surprise of the night was over when they had dinner. He did not expect that there would be more romance in the bedroom. Mu Qiqi's room was not big. But unexpectedly, there was a huge bathtub in the middle of the room. She had asked someone to make it. Men actually liked these simple and rough things the most. In order to feed him, the stomach was actually the second most important thing. When Xingzhao saw that the water was ready, he lifted Mu Qiqi's chin and said, Are you that bad? You like it? Mu Qiqi answered confidently. Was there a need to say it? Of course he liked it. The most direct way to like a woman was to occupy her inch by inch, whether it was her body or her soul. In general, he liked it when the little one would open up for him from time to time. Because for him, what else in this world could please him? It was nothing more than doing the happiest thing in the world with the little one. Tonight, the little mansion was full of romance and ambiguity. Mu Qiqi thought that she did not have to look at the taillights of Xing Zhao's car like she said in the confession letter. Because now, the man was beside her, inside her body. At the same time, Feng Xianxian was watching TV alone in the living room. Because she could finally understand what it meant to be awkward. She had learned a lot about Tang Yan from the professor during the day. Now that she was looking at the person in question, she did not know how to face Tang Yan. She did not know whether she should be good to him or not. But just as she was thinking seriously, Tang Yan's doorbell rang. Feng Xianxian thought it was the property management again, so she went to open the door barefoot. But she saw a man and a woman standing outside the door. Their expressions were also very surprised. Who are you? Feng Xianxian was stunned for a moment, but she could feel the hostility from the other party. I'm just a tenant. Feng Xianxian casually made up an identity. But what kind of person was Tang Yan? He was a neat freak and he disliked people entering his house the most. It would be strange if he had a tenant. At this time, Tang Yan also came out of the study. When he saw the two people outside the door, he frowned. Your guest. Come in, Tang Yan said directly. The two of them rushed into Tang Yan's living room. But a few minutes later they started arguing. It was mainly the woman's voice. It's only been 2 years since Xianxia passed away, and you already have a new lover? And you even brought her home. This is the house you bought for Xianxia. How can there be another woman here? Feng Xianxian was speechless. Damn it. Couldn't they be quieter when they were arguing? She could not even focus on the TV. Chapter 6:16. Last month we lost some money in business. We wanted to ask for Xiaojia's bank card back. Hasn't it been kept by you? Tang Yan looked up at his ex-girlfriend's brother and sister-in-law with a cold expression. I don't have her bank card here. Nonsense. When you bought this house, she said that she gave the card to you and asked you to be in charge of the renovation, Renjie's brother said. I returned it to her. I didn't use a single cent of her money for everything here, Tang Yan replied. Tang Yan, I didn't expect you to be such a person. Xiaojia is already gone. Shouldn't you return what belongs to her to us? After all, we're her family. Feng Xianxian couldn't take it anymore, so she pushed the door open and entered the study. She said to the two of them, I think you can try asking another man where your sister's money was spent. When the two of them heard this, their faces turned red. Tang Yan, I didn't expect you to say such a thing. He didn't tell me. He never mentioned your sister at all. Feng Xianxian crossed her arms and looked like she was watching a show. I don't know how you have the face to come here. Actually, this is good. Shouldn't your family pay for your sister's medical expenses? Tang Yan even paid for it. After all, you're her family. The two of them didn't expect Feng Xianxian to be so eloquent. They were speechless. Tang Yan, is this how you humiliate Xiaojia? I've really misjudged you. I'll help Tang Yan calculate the medical expenses later. I can round it off for you. This house is old, so it can be renovated. When the two of them heard Feng Xianxian's serious tone, they waved their hands and said, Let's go ask elsewhere. We'll leave right away. Where was her attitude when she scolded them just now? Feng Xianxian looked at the two of them leaving mockingly. She was really disdainful. Everyone says that I have a bad taste in people. You might as well give in, Feng Xianxian mocked. I'll go back to live after I've finished renovating the house. Tang Yan was speechless. After saying that, Feng Xianxian was about to leave, but Tang Yan grabbed her arm. I didn't use anyone's money to buy this house and I didn't buy it for anyone. It's just that this is where I lived when I was young. That's all, Tang Yan explained. That girl lived there before? Yes. Then I still have to move. Feng Xianxian struggled out of his grasp. Tang Yan, you might be mistaken. The place where you lived when you were young might be next door. Feng Xianxian pointed at her house. However, Tang Yan looked at Feng Xianxian without saying a word. Are you jealous? If I admit that I'm jealous, will you move? I live next door. Tang Yan's eyes lit up, but he did not say anything. Perhaps Feng Xianxian felt that this was indeed a little too much, so she said, I can tolerate this being your study, but I won't allow you to live here. You eat and live in my house and this is your studio. That doesn't count as you leaving your parents, does it? Move, or not. Tang Yan answered straightforwardly. Feng Xianxian was finally satisfied when she heard this word. She smiled. I'll get someone to smash the walls of the 2 courtyards tomorrow. So you admit that you're jealous? Tang Yan was still struggling with this question. Anyone would feel uncomfortable. If you think that I'm jealous, then so be it. Feng Xianxian replied proudly. But can you blacklist those 2 people from now on and never ask about them again? Haven't you done enough? You even want to support their family? Do you think you're Xing Xiao who earns 100 million a day? No, I should say that even if Xing Xiao earns 100 million a day, he won't do such a stupid thing. I'm not good at solving these things, Tang Yan said straightforwardly. Good my ass. Feng Xianxian cursed. When facing shameless people, it's the easiest to throw them out. Let's not talk about it anymore. I'm going to sleep. I still have to get a master to smash the walls tomorrow. Tear down your room and make it a big workshop. I can also do experiments in it. Why didn't I think of it earlier? Tang Yan watched Feng Xianxian walk out of the study and secretly curled his lips. This was the advantage of having someone to take care of him. Fortunately, Feng Xianxian was a little bad and refused to suffer losses. If it were someone else, he wouldn't care about Xianxia. Of course, if these 2 people met Muqiqi, they might end up worse. After all, Xing Xiao was good at scheming behind people's backs. He could always make you die without knowing it. It was almost New Year's Eve. Many people in the circle had already received the news. They knew that Xing Xiao would definitely be in the limelight this time. After all, he was a famous young entrepreneur. But as the news spread, it changed in the ears of some people. For example, Xing Kai and Yi Jingqing. Xing Kai hated Xing Xiao, but Yi Jingqing hated Muqiqi even more. Xing Kai could not do anything to Xing Xiao for now, but Yi Jingqing might not. If Xing Xiao attended the state banquet, it meant that his image must be absolutely positive. However, Muqiqi was Xing Xiao's wife. She poisoned her own sister. What right did she have to be in this glory? Moreover, if this matter was blown up before New Year's Eve, could Muqiqi and Xing Xiao still attend the state banquet with a clear conscience? He really wanted to see it. Early in the morning in the Banyan courtyard, they were discussing the issue of image. Grandpa Shin came to the Banyan courtyard for breakfast and started to lecture Muqiqi. Now that Xing Xiao is a famous entrepreneur and he's going to the state banquet, you can't continue to be wild. You have to pay attention to your image and don't drag Xing Xiao down. You are the granddaughter of the Shin family. You have to remember this. Grandpa, don't you know me? Usually, other than going to school, the police station, or accompanying Xiao Xiao to work in Zhongting, I don't even go to the bars that my peers like to go to. Muqiqi felt wronged. Well, Chi-Chi's really a good girl. Mama Xing quickly spoke up for her. I was thinking of having a reunion dinner with everyone on New Year's Eve. But since they are going to the state banquet, let's prepare it on the first day of the new year. I will discuss this matter with Huang Yu, Mama Xing said with a smile. Muqiqi probably did not expect that she would be mired in a scandal after promising Grandpa Shin in the morning. Still, Muqiqi wasn't a pushover now. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the criminal investigation team received a report about a murder case in the slums. A girl in her 20s was burned into charcoal. Why did the slums come to us to report it? Where's the police in the district? The team members complained helplessly. It's the new year now. There are not many police officers. It's normal for them to be transferred here. Chapter 6:17. The police rushed to the burnt house immediately. The body was on the empty ground not far away. Captain Tang, the house was badly burned. After the fire was put out, we searched the house and found these things. The police passed the items they had found to Tang Yan. The student ID of the nursing school and some other things that could prove her identity. But that was not the most important thing. According to the student ID, the girl's name was Mu Tongxue. Everyone was shocked when they saw it. Wasn't this Muqiqi's sister? Coincidentally, Feng Xianxian was smashing the wall at home today, and Muqiqi was preparing for the state banquet at home. So, it was the senior from the forensics team who went out to the field. Can you confirm her identity? Tang Yan asked the forensic doctor. Based on the degree of burn, We can confirm that the victim is a female between the ages of 18 to 22. As for the rest, we can only tell you after the autopsy. Confirm if the victim is Mu Qiqi's sister as soon as possible, Tang Yan said. It was not easy to deceive him. After all, Yi Jingqing had just returned and was looking for Mu Tongxue. But now Mu Tongxue was dead here? He did not believe that there was no story behind it. As for what the secret was, he would only know after the investigation. If you want to confirm if this is Mu Qiqi's sister, call her back to the lab. I'll do a DNA comparison. Then we'll know, the forensic doctor said. Tang Yan nodded. Then he called Mu Qiqi. Do you have time? Go back to the police station. There's a case in the morning. It's related to you. Mu Qiqi's body stiffened when she heard Tang Yan's words. I'll be there right away. Mu Qiqi was trying on clothes at home. But when she received Tang Yan's call, she did not delay. After all, Tang Yan said that the case was related to her. Mama Sheng drove Mu Qiqi to the police station personally. When Tang Yan saw Mu Qiqi, he said, "We found a burnt body in the slums. It might be your sister." Mu Qiqi's heart skipped a beat. Although she did not believe that Mu Tongxue would be killed, what if it was? That was why she went to the morgue. After all, she was the one who understood Mu Tongxue the most in this world. Looking at the charred corpse lying on the autopsy table, Mu Qiqi's thoughts were immediately pulled back to Su Ziqing's death. It was the same lying on the bed, burnt to a crisp. Qiqi, for accuracy, let's do a DNA comparison first. You can take a look at the body later, the senior from the forensics team told her. Mu Qiqi glanced at the charred corpse and nodded. All right. After collecting the sample, Mu Qiqi returned to the morgue. But when she got close to the corpse, she could clearly feel that it was not Mu Tongxue. No. Tang Yan leaned against the door. Seeing that she had come to a conclusion, he asked, "Evidence?" Although this corpse is very close to our age, she had never given birth. Moreover, even if she was burnt to a crisp, I can be sure that this is not Mu Tongxue with delicate skin and flesh. The joints of the corpse's hands are relatively thick and the knees are severely damaged. Look at her bones carefully. There are many scars on her limbs and they have been worn over the years. That means that the owner of this corpse has lived in a relatively harsh environment for many years. In her clenched fist, there is only a little skin tissue left to prove that her skin is rough, which does not match Mu Tongxue at all. But she died in the slum house that you prepared for Mu Tongxue, Tang Yan emphasized. No, she wasn't burned to death. We've seen cases of people being burned to death before. The body was charred, but it was still lying flat. This can only mean one thing. When the fire started, she was no longer breathing. We can also draw this conclusion from her nose and lungs, Mu Qiqi said. You still don't understand what I mean. Tang Yan looked at Mu Qiqi seriously. Someone set up a trap to lure you. They are targeting you. What you need to know now is the motive of this person. Captain Tang suspects that someone found the corpse and pretended to be Mu Tongxue to cause trouble. It's easy to find out whether they killed someone or stole the corpse. But you have to know what the person behind this is trying to do as soon as possible. You might be able to guess who the person behind this is. After all, he is the only one who wants to contact Mu Tongxue. But I don't have a clue what he wants to do. Mu Qiqi thought about it carefully and answered. This matter does not belong to our jurisdiction. Another team will come and take over soon. Although the informant called us, in principle we have to hand over the case. After all, this is not a special case. I understand, Captain Tang. That's why I asked you to come over for the autopsy. I want you to be mentally prepared. While the two of them were talking, the team in charge of the burnt corpse case had already arrived at the entrance of the police station. Seeing Mu Qiqi, the captain smiled and said, I heard that the person who died is your sister. I've examined the corpse. It's not her. Our forensics team will give me an answer whether it's true or not. We don't need your team to worry about the cases in our jurisdiction. At the same time, Mu Qiqi, you should go back with me and help with the investigation. After all, that house is where your sister used to live, and the things found in it all point to your sister. We've already done a DNA comparison. It will be out soon, the senior from the forensics team interrupted. Then we'll talk about it when it's out. Having said that, he turned around and left. His tone was arrogant and very annoying. It seems that the police there will not give us any face. Not long after Tang Yan finished speaking, Mu Tongxue's case became a hot topic in the afternoon. After all, Mu Qiqi and Xianxia had always been famous in Jianchuan. Moreover, the matter between her, the Mu family and Mu Tongxue was a hot topic that everyone knew. So, once something happened to Mu Tongxue, the matter immediately started to spread. Her sister's tragic death is related to the grudge of the past. Mu Tongxue's death might be related to her sister. A thought in heaven and a thought in hell. Her sister enjoyed a happy life, but she lost her life. They did not dare to directly mention Xing Zhao's name, but it was not much better. The conspiracy theories and speculations were nothing more than to attract the attention of the public. They wanted to ride on the popularity. In just a short afternoon, Mu Qiqi's case had become a hot topic in the city. Even Feng Xianxian, who was smashing the wall at home, received the news. So she immediately called Mu Qiqi. "Is your sister dead?" Chapter 6:18. "I don't believe that there's no mastermind behind all this," said Feng Xianxian. Feng Xianxian said. "Moreover, the audience has clearly been led astray. Now no one cares if the person who died is Mu Tongxue. Because it's about the grudge between you two from the past, and with someone adding fuel to the fire, everyone wants to take the opportunity to mock you. Who asked you to be Xing Zhao's woman? They used to be envious and jealous of you. Now all of them are venting their anger on you. There's no one else but Yi Jingqing." Mu Qiqi chuckled. "I'm afraid he's not only trying to find trouble with me. There's another more important reason. He wants to find Mu Tongxue. Is he out of his mind?" Feng Xianxian really could not understand Yi Jingqing's thoughts. "Maybe he really likes Mu Tongxue," said Mu Qiqi. However, Xing Xiao had not called her yet. She did not know if he had seen the news. Xing Xiao had 3 meetings in the afternoon. However, Su Che had already informed the media in advance to suppress the news. After Xing Zhao's meetings, they would think of a specific strategy. "President, Madam is on the news." When the secretary saw Xing Xiao coming out, she quickly passed him the phone. But Special Assistant Su has already informed the media to suppress the news. Now he has gone out to investigate the truth. After Xing Xiao read the news, the corner of his mouth slowly curled up. There was a hint of danger in his smile. Of course, there was also a hint of mockery. Fortunately, Su Che's reaction was fast enough. He did not wait for him to give the order. It was worth praising. It's not enough to just give the media an order. We need to threaten and give them an ultimatum. The state banquet was tomorrow night. But before that, they deliberately arranged such a big show. Was it to stop his little one from attending the banquet? Or was it to threaten him to hand over Mu Tongxue? Thinking of this, Xing Xiao immediately called Mu Qiqi. "Where are you?" "In the police station," answered Mu Qiqi. "Have you seen the news? The body is not Mu Tongxue, right? You know." Mu Qiqi exclaimed. Then she realized something like this could not be hidden from Xing Zhao's eyes. "Someone is deliberately trying to pull me out of the water. Xiao Grandpa called me just now. I think he's right. I won't accompany you to the state banquet tomorrow because it's not good for me to show my face. If I agitate the netizens and harm Zhongting, I'll feel very bad. I haven't said anything yet. Stop making decisions, you stinky thing." "I'll handle this," Xing Xiao said to Mu Qiqi. "If you're involved, then it's very likely that you've been included in the scheme as well. Plotting against me." Xing Zhao's tone was full of mockery. "Seems that someone is tired of living. Even if Yi Jingqing did it, he did it very discreetly. It would not be easy to find trouble with him. However, his move was vicious enough." Now that Zhongting was paying attention to a positive image, such a scandal was created because of Mu Qiqi. Should Xing Xiao help her or not? Whatever the image, Xing Zhao's decision to bring Mu Qiqi along had never changed and would never change. Even when secretary he called him and advised him to be careful, he did not change his mind about bringing Mu Qiqi along. "Brother, think about it carefully. If you really want to bring sister-in-law to the state banquet, then you have to solve her scandal within a day. Otherwise, if she goes to the state banquet, won't it be a slap to everyone's face? You have to know that such an occasion is not an ordinary banquet." "I know. Don't worry. Under the pressure of Zhongting, it should not be difficult to make it disappear from the hot search list. The problem was how to deal with the mastermind behind this, Yi Jingqing." That afternoon, the DNA comparison report was out. The victim was indeed not Mu Tongxue, but the matter was already out of control. This Yi Jingqing is really disgusting. Knowing that Mu Qiqi was in trouble, Feng Xianxian did not even break the wall and went straight to the police station. At this time Tang Yan said coldly, "You need evidence to speak and do things." Feng Xianxian ignored him and asked Mu Qiqi, "Anyway, have you thought of a solution?" I guess Yi Jingqing must have a bold plan in mind when he made such an arrangement. He thinks that by doing this the public will misunderstand that the victim is Mu Tongxue. Then we will hand over the real Mu Tongxue to clear the misunderstanding. He always thought that Mu Tongxue is in my hands. Mu Qiqi thought of this possibility. But if he really thinks so he will lose. Because I really don't know where Mu Tongxue is. You have to pretend that you know even if you don't know. You have to trick that bastard to death. Mu Qiqi smiled. Seems that there is no other way. I can only choose the most direct way, which is to talk to the netizens, although I don't want to be famous at all. No, the victim is not Mu Tongxue. The police will clear this up sooner or later. Why do you need to talk to them? That's because Yi Jingqing knows that tomorrow is an important day. I have to be innocent. Mu Qiqi smiled helplessly. What day is it? The state banquet. Hearing this, Feng Xianxian suddenly realized something. That bastard is really good at calculating. Mu Qiqi did not say anything else. She only greeted the people at the police station and left. Xing Zhao's car was waiting outside. Mu Qiqi was afraid that there would be reporters waiting outside, so she quickly went to open the door. Xing Zhao smiled when he saw her. "What are you afraid of?" "I'm afraid of trouble," said Mu Qiqi. "I'm even more afraid of causing trouble for you. You don't have to worry about anything. You just need to attend the banquet with me in your best state tomorrow." Xing Zhao hugged Mu Qiqi's waist comfortingly. "I've arranged an interview for you tomorrow morning. By then you just need to do what you're best at. Leave Yi Jingqing to me." "Does he want to know where Mu Tongxue is?" "He will never get it in this life," said Xing Zhao, holding Mu Qiqi's head tightly. "Will it really not affect your image? Will it make you lose face at the state banquet? The company has a public relations team. Do you think my team is on the same level as Huang Yao? This team is dug out from the entertainment industry." Xing Zhao's tone was relaxed and extremely confident. "They know better than you what the bloodthirsty netizens like. As for the other scores, we'll settle them after the state banquet." Mu Qiqi looked up at her man's eyes and nodded. "Don't worry. I'll cooperate with you tomorrow. If Secretary he really thinks that I'm not suitable to appear at the state banquet, I'll listen to your arrangement. Although I trust you, I won't be disappointed if I can't go. At most I'll cheer for you on TV. You're quite open-minded." Xing Zhao did not say anything else. He did not need Mu Qiqi to know some things. Yi Jingqing thought too highly of himself. Did he think that he could play with him just because he knew how to act? He was really daydreaming. Chapter 619. In fact, Yi Jingqing had found the best team of blackmailers in the entertainment industry. Even if the news was suppressed, it would come back again with another trending topic. His purpose was clear. He wanted to make Mu Qiqi suffer. He knew that after the body was found to be not Mu Tongxue's, this matter would be cleared up. It would not be a threat to Xing Zhao to hand over Mu Tongxue. But he had already thought of a countermeasure. Even if Mu Qiqi cleared up the matter, he still had other plans. How could he only prepare one script? The news spread like wildfire. In the hospital, even Grandpa Xing could hear the nurses gossiping. This was one of the reasons why he objected to Mu Qiqi and Xing Zhao being together. Her birth would make the people around her suffer a lot of ridicule and humiliation. Xing Zhao would attend the state banquet tomorrow. But Mu Qiqi was being harassed by the media at this critical moment. Wasn't she deliberately making things difficult for Xing Zhao? Grandpa Xing's face darkened the whole night. But when he thought about it carefully, with Xing Zhao's ability he always got through it safely. It was not his place to worry about it. But when he thought of Mu Qiqi's complicated and disgraceful birth, he pouted unhappily. When Xing Bowen entered the room, he saw Grandpa Xing's awkward expression. He could guess what was going on. So he smiled. "I came from Huang Yao to see you. I've been busy for the whole day. Don't you feel sorry for me?" As long as Mu Qiqi's birth is not solved, Xing Zhao will be criticized. Their mouths belong to them. We can't control what they say. But if it gets out of hand, it will be ugly. Most importantly, this matter can be used by people with ulterior motives at any time. Grandpa Xing was a little helpless. I don't want that girl to be separated from Xianxia. I just think that if she can solve this problem she will not be a burden to Xianxia. Grandpa Xing used the word, burden. But he knew very well that even if it was not Muqiqi no one would choose their birth. I can't say anything about sister-in-law and her twin sister. After all, I don't know what happened between them. But I believe in sister-in-law and Xing Zhao's judgment. Grandpa Xing thought for a while and finally waved his hand. I'll see how Xing Xiao attends the state banquet tomorrow. For Xing Xiao, if he did not show up at the state banquet with Xiao Qi tomorrow, he would have no one to share his joy with. So no matter how others tried to stop him he would definitely bring the little thing along with him. Still, that did not stop her imagination from running wild. She was afraid that she would embarrass Xing Xiao, afraid that her birth would become a laughing stock for him, which was why she was extremely nervous even in her dreams. This has nothing to do with Xiao. It has nothing to do with Xiao. Don't talk nonsense. My mommy is not a bitch. Xing Xiao was woken up by her. He propped himself up and looked at Muqiqi who was sweating profusely while having a nightmare. Then he gently caressed her head. When she relaxed he lifted the blanket, put on a black robe and went to the study. It was only 3 a.m. He had never thought that going to the state banquet would bring so much pressure to Xiao Qi. But it was precisely because of that he would bring her to the banquet regardless of the consequences. Because he wanted to tell others that he did not mind them talking about Qi's family background. On the other hand, Yi Jingqing was really tired of living. Did he want to look for Mu Tongxue? It was not that he could not, but he might have to suffer a lot. So at 3 a.m, Xing Xiao called Su Che. I have some voice recordings here. Help me find a few voice actors who are good at imitating. I want the results before dawn tomorrow. Receiving the task in the middle of the night, Su Che could only get up from his bed. He knew that Xing Xiao was suppressing the fire in his heart under Yi Jingqing's provocation. If it were in the past he would have hung Yi Jingqing on the mountain and exposed him to the sun. But after half a year of settling down he had matured a lot. He would never leave any traces behind because he would not give his enemies any chance to attack him. The next day, Zhongting arranged an interview at 10 a.m. So Muqiqi went to the police station to report first. The corpse was stolen and the fire was set on purpose. This case is specially made for you. Feng Xianxian pointed at the corpse and said to Muqiqi, Tang Yan has brought people to verify the origin of the corpse early in the morning. After all, the corpse is 22 or 23 years old and it's a fresh corpse. There shouldn't be many people who fit the criteria. Now that you have become the target of public criticism, what is your Xianxia going to do? I've already arranged an interview to clarify the matter. Muqiqi shrugged. Even if you clarify the matter, you won't be able to get rid of the impact this matter has on your image. How are you going to attend the state banquet tonight? My image has never been good, Muqiqi said with mixed feelings. My birth, the grudge between Mu Tongxue and me, these are unchangeable facts, especially the fact that Mu Tongxue and I have 2 different fathers. How can it be good? Feng Xianxian shook her head after hearing that. It's also sad to be a group pet. If your life is too perfect, God will be jealous. Are you going to let Yi Jingqing go just like that? Muqiqi shook her head. I'm not a good person. But I'll go to Zhongting for the interview first. Let me know when you get the results. Feng Xianxian nodded. Go ahead. Not only was Muqiqi not a good person but she also held a grudge. Yi Jingqing's bullying when he was young was still before he came back to China and stirred up trouble. But now that he was back he was still so unscrupulous. Wasn't he looking down on her too much? Will this girl do something worrisome? The professor was a little worried. No, she won't. Feng Xianxian denied it directly. She learned from Xing Xiao. She won't be stupid enough to expose herself. It's stupid to sacrifice herself for some unworthy people. But this is a personal grudge. Let's see how she deals with it. It's a good state banquet. How embarrassing. The person behind this is too wicked. Feng Xianxian did not say anything. He just wanted to see what would happen to Yi Jingqing. It might be okay to provoke Muqiqi. Although she wanted to take revenge, Muqiqi would not go too far. But Xing Xiao was different. Yi Jingqing was stepping on Xing Xiao's bottom line. Chapter 620. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Xianxia received another call from Secretary He in his office in Zhongting. Brother, are you still planning to bring sister-in-law to the banquet? You have to know that your image is related to everyone's image. It's not that I don't like sister-in-law, but it's not suitable for her to appear at the banquet at this moment. Secretary He. When Xianxia was about to answer, Mu Qiqi took the phone away from him. Don't worry, Secretary He. I won't go. I know the big picture. Xianxia frowned. But Mu Qiqi smiled. Don't let yourself decide everything. You should ask for my opinion first. Xianxia looked at Mu Qiqi without saying a word. Mu Qiqi continued, I can't change my background. I can't change the fact that I have two fathers. Although I don't want to admit it, the world is full of gossip. Xiaoxiao, it's not bad to be more mature. Even if I go up tonight, I won't have the confidence because I'll always be under the protection of your wings. I don't have the confidence to argue with others, so can you just give me a break? Xianxia looked at Mu Qiqi for a long time. Suddenly, he put his arm around her neck and pulled her closer to him. Do you know what you're saying? Of course I know, Mu Qiqi replied. Don't let me go to such a banquet with a guilty conscience. I'll feel uncomfortable. When I'm sure that I have the ability to appear with you, not to mention 1 Yi Jingqing, even 10 Yi Jingqing won't be able to stop me. Little one, don't say such discouraging words. The interview hasn't started yet. How can you be so sure that you don't have the confidence? In my heart, you've always been many times better than those rich young ladies who only know how to put on airs. Why do you have so little confidence in yourself? Because I don't want you to disappoint your teammates who are on the same side with you because of me. So, you're saying that you don't believe that I can handle your image well? They had been together for more than 2 years, and in those 2 years, they had never had a disagreement over such an issue. Of course, Xianxia had to admit that his little one had always listened to his arrangements and trusted him wholeheartedly. You know that's not what I mean. I just want to protect you. We've been together for so long and we even wear wedding rings, but I've never done anything for you. Xianxia said nothing, but he could feel that the little one's wings were getting stronger. He had already begun to have his own ideas and he was determined to stick to them. President, the interview is about to begin. Outside the door, the secretary didn't know that the two were arguing, so she knocked on the door to remind him. Xianxia withdrew his gaze and answered in a low voice, I understand. I'll go do the interview first. Mu Qiqi turned around, but after a few steps she turned back and hugged Xianxia tightly. Don't look so pitiful, okay? My heart will ache. Xianxia sneered. I just want to strip you naked and spank your ass. Wait for my interview. Having said that, Mu Qiqi walked out of Xianxiao's office and followed behind the secretary. What could Xianxia do? Of course he followed her out. The interview was held in the VIP room of Zhongting, and it was in the form of a live broadcast. There were live broadcast platforms everywhere now so that the information could directly satisfy the psychological needs of the audience. Mu Qiqi simply touched up her makeup and sat down in front of the camera. The person interviewing her was Fong Lan, the columnist of the best news media in the country. She was very easygoing and it was obvious that she was very cultured. Miss Mu, you can start now. Just make an okay gesture. It's a live broadcast today, so you don't have to be nervous. Just answer the questions truthfully. Mu Qiqi nodded and made an okay gesture. Fong Lan quickly got into the mood, faced the camera and said her opening remarks. This is Real Person Chronicle. Welcome to our live interview. I'm Fong Lan. Since yesterday there's a person. She's not a media figure, but she's at the top of the hot search list. She's not an entertainment star either, but she's a hot topic. Today we're interviewing the person involved in this matter, Miss Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi looked at the camera and greeted the audience. Then the questions we're going to ask today are relatively sharp. If you encounter any questions that you don't want to answer, you can just say it. Mu Qiqi nodded. First of all, we want to know, is the body found yesterday morning your sister? No, Mu Qiqi replied immediately. It's confirmed that it's not. I'm sorry, but it's not convenient for me to reveal the details. I understand. After all, it's related to the case. Then let's talk about the story of you and your sister. I believe you've seen the topics outside, haven't you? Mu Qiqi thought about it and nodded again. Yes, it's hard not to see. What do you think about the topic of you enjoying life while your sister is suffering? I don't really see it. I just don't understand. Did the netizens lose their memories? First of all, my sister killed my grandmother and framed me for it. She stole my college entrance examination results and indirectly killed our mother. Why shouldn't she suffer? Should she still be enjoying life? Mu Qiqi answered naturally. I want to ask a sharper question. What do you think about the fact that you and your sister have two fathers? Mu Qiqi looked at the reporter. She really knew how to ask the most explosive questions. To be honest, I've thought about running away because I know that this matter might bring ridicule and hurt to the people around me. But it's not something I can choose. What can I think about it? In this world, the last thing a person can choose is their family background. I've told myself that I have a good family, a husband who loves me and friends who support me. My life is very complete, so I don't need to care about these malicious mockery. However, when it's set out in the open, I can't just ignore it. But what did I do wrong? Are you afraid? Feng Lan asked again seriously. Afraid? Mu Qiqi was stunned for a few seconds. Then she said, the body is not my sister's, but the news has spread to every household. It's as if I've become a murderer overnight. Are you asking me if I'm afraid? I'm not afraid. Why should I be afraid? If I'm afraid, won't the person who wants to destroy me get what he wants? Chapter 621. Miss Mu, do you mean that this is a trap? Feng Lan asked, catching on to the main point in her words. Miss Feng, think about it carefully. My sister's body was found disguised as my sister's body in her house. Then they bypassed the police station at the scene of the crime and reported it to the crime squad that I'm in. Then an overwhelming amount of scandals came one after another. Doesn't this seem like a meticulous plan? I'm guessing that if I were to be interviewed by a live broadcast, the conclusion that I'm suffering from persecutory delusions would come out soon. Feng Lan thought about it carefully and smiled. Speaking of which, it seems to make some sense. Isn't everyone concerned about who disguised my sister with a corpse? Isn't everyone concerned about the case itself? What happened between me and my sister is old news. What's so fresh about it? Most importantly, the person behind this must hide well and not let me find out. You're committing a crime and the law will let you know how to behave. That seemed to be the case. Who was the one who disguised Mu Tongxue? Who was the one who died? And who was the mastermind behind all this? That was the question that the spectators should be paying attention to. I'm ashamed. I'm just a forensic assistant now, but I've been fortunate enough to be involved in many cases. Our job is to comfort the dead, or in other words, to provide clues for the culprit. I've learned a lot in the police station and seen a lot of dark and negative things. I thought that my job would at least earn me a little respect from others, so as to eliminate the negative influence of my background. But I realized that the netizens like to watch a drama. It has nothing to do with a person's identity or profession, and they don't care what you've done behind the scenes. Are you disappointed? Feng Lan asked in return. A little. I still hope that there's more sunlight out there. Then do you regret choosing to be a forensic doctor? In the last case, an old couple in their 60s lost their only son. What's important is that their child was a hardworking young man who lost his precious life because of a very daily conflict. When we saw the old couple, it was very sad. At that time, it was the only thing we could do for them when we thought of our own identities and gave them an explanation. I don't regret my choice, but I also hope that the outside world won't deny me because of something I can't choose. That would make me very sad. Feng Lan was very sure that Mu Qiqi's words were meant to divert the audience's attention. In fact, the effect was not bad, because the questions she threw out were very interesting. Her last sentence was obviously putting the conscience of the netizens who were watching the show on the grill. He even attacked someone who was trying his best to seek justice for the dead. Did he even have a heart? It reminded them of the time when Mu Qiqi was investigating the murder case of Gu Ziling's uncle's ex-wife. She had braved the terrible weather to investigate the crime scene. How did a 20-year-old girl who was running around in order to become a forensic doctor end up provoking a mob on the internet? If Mu Qiqi was an ignorant and incompetent rich second generation, it would be fine. But now that she said that, I really can't bear it. How much courage does it take for a girl to become a forensic doctor? She was trying to seek justice for the dead while the netizens stabbed her in the back. I really hope that when those people commit crimes in the future, they will encounter Mu Qiqi's autopsy. Different voices began to appear on the internet. The people in the police station were also watching Mu Qiqi's interview live. After listening to Mu Qiqi's words, Feng Xianxian could not help but say to the professor, "Captain Tang will be very busy from now on. The chief will definitely give him a deadline to solve the case." Then Tang Yan led the team back to the police station. "We found the source of the body." On Mu Qiqi's side, the interview was still going on. However, the topic had shifted to why she did not walk the path of a socialite but resolutely chose to become a forensic doctor. Of course, this was also part of the reason why the public's attention was diverted. Because many people misunderstood you because they did not understand you. More importantly, when Mu Qiqi was being interviewed, if there were a lot of hate posts appearing on the internet, her IP address would definitely be exposed. Coincidentally, there was indeed a group of people who were like disgusting maggots hiding in the dark and doing disgusting things. However, this group of people was soon targeted by the police station. Since someone deliberately disguised Mu Tongshue's body and hired the internet water army to smear Mu Qiqi's name, it meant that there was a close relationship between the two. If they could find this group of haters, they might be able to find the person who stole the body. At the end of Mu Qiqi's interview, the public's opinion had changed. If someone dared to smear the people's forensic doctor again, he would not be a human but a piece of trash. After Yi Jingqing saw Mu Qiqi's interview, he smashed his computer. What selfless forensic doctor? She was just AB*TCH who poisoned her sister. However, when he wanted to contact the Black Gang, the police had already located them. At the same time, an unfamiliar number was dialed in his phone. Yi Jingqing looked at the blinking number and had a hunch. So he quickly picked up the call. "Brother Jingqing, save me." When Yi Jingqing heard the voice, he immediately stood up from the sofa. "Tongxue? Is that Tongxue? Xing Zhao's people are chasing me. Come and save me. I'm so scared." When he heard Mu Tongshue's voice, Yi Jingqing completely lost himself. He was in a mess. How could he still care about Mu Qiqi now? He only wanted to find Mu Tongxue now. But he did not know that Xianxia had asked someone to imitate Mu Tongshue's voice to make the call. He deliberately made Yi Jingqing panic. Now the game was in Xianxia's hands. Save Mu Tongxue? Foley. There was no need to rush. As for Mu Qiqi, Feng Xianxian had speculated that it would be difficult for Mu Qiqi to clear up the hatred the public had for her. After all, many people were prejudiced by their first impression. However, after watching the whole live broadcast, Feng Xianxian had to admit that Xing Zhao's public relations team was really good, or Mu Qiqi was just pretending to be weak. Her speech about believing in the police and forensic doctors was really full of positive energy. It taught the netizens how to behave. All in all, now everyone felt that slandering an upright forensic doctor like Mu Qiqi was no different from a murderer. Xianxia did not control Mu Qiqi's speech from the beginning to the end. He let her do whatever she wanted because he knew that this little one was up to no good. And the fact proved that he was right. Why couldn't she attend the state banquet tonight after her brainwashing speech? Chapter 622. Yi Jingqing, on the other hand, was very anxious after he received Mu Tongshue's call. He did not know where to find Mu Tongxue, and he did not know if Mu Tongxue would call him again. Or perhaps he was afraid that Mu Tongxue would be caught by Xianxia. Of course, since this was a good show arranged by Xianxia, Mu Tongxue would certainly call him again. But he was not in the mood to talk to Mu Qiqi anymore. He did not care if Mu Qiqi had cleared up the rumors or not. After half an hour of the interview, Mu Qiqi was completely different before and after the interview. When she got off the interview, she felt relieved. No matter what the result was, she had done her best. Xianxia hooked his finger at her from behind the staff. Mu Qiqi ran over and hugged Xianxiao's waist naturally. Was my performance just now okay? Show her the comments on the internet. Xianxia turned and ordered his secretary. The secretary nodded with a smile and passed the phone to her. Madam, it was a success. I have racked my brains to direct the public's attention to my identity as a forensic doctor. But I have to work harder in the future to be worthy of my profession. Mu Qiqi returned the phone to the secretary. What about Yi Jingqing? Is there anything else he can do? He has no time to deal with you now. Xianxia hugged Mu Qiqi. They walked out of the VIP room and returned to Xingzhao's office. What do you mean? Mu Tongxue called him. He is thinking about how to get news about Mu Tongxue now. Xianxia sneered. Mu Qiqi thought that her man would not let Yi Jingqing find Mu Tongshue's whereabouts so easily. There must be something fishy about it. Aren't you curious? Did Mu Tongxue really appear? She must be fake. Mu Qiqi patted her chest confidently. I know my man very well. He will not let Yi Jingqing get away with it so easily. I have found him a top-notch dubber. Xing Zhao's voice was cold and dangerous. It will take at least a year and a half to find her from my hands. Mu Qiqi laughed when she heard that. You're the best. After lunch with me, go home and try on some clothes while waiting for me. I want to see what kind of negative consequences will occur if I bring you to the state banquet. Mu Qiqi looked at him and knew that he was not joking. So she nodded. Even so, I still have to show my attitude. If I'm not suitable to appear in the state banquet, I won't go. You're just trying to undermine me. Xianxia did not say anything else. He only scolded her affectionately. Mu Qiqi laughed but soon received a call from Feng Shanshan. The source of the corpse has been found. The people who framed you are also at the police station. Aren't you coming back at such an exciting moment? Mu Qiqi glanced at him and asked for his permission. I know the state banquet starts at 7. I'll be home before 3. Is my opinion important? Of course it's important. Mu Qiqi smiled coquettishly. You still listen to me? Xianxia obviously did not believe her. The little one had hardened her wings and became arrogant. I must listen. You said it yourself. 3 o'clock. Xianxia finally relented. Although the little one had clarified the matter in the interview and brainwashed the netizens, the matter still needed to be dealt with. Mu Qiqi hugged Xianxiao's waist again reluctantly and rubbed against his chest. Don't be afraid that I'll grow up. Even if I grow up, you'll always be the first, understand? Having said that, Mu Qiqi waved the wedding ring on her finger. Xianxia did not stop her. Of course, he knew in his heart that the little one was no longer the Mu Qiqi of the past. However, it would be very inconvenient for her to wear a diamond ring as a forensic doctor. Thinking of that, Xianxia made a mental note to make a special necklace for the little one. After Mu Qiqi left Zhongting, she went straight to the police station. At the moment, Tang Yan was interrogating the group of professional haters. What's the situation now? The stolen corpse is also from the slums. It's a woman who was the mistress of Big Brother. Her name is Song Qiao. She was dug up just a few days after she was buried. Poor thing. Feng Shanshan answered Mu Qiqi's question. The person who stole the corpse hasn't been found yet. It's not easy to find any clues. As for those haters, they still refuse to admit that they took the money. They only said that they hated you, so they were so agitated. Seems like they would rather be detained for 7 days. Tang Yan has already arranged for someone to check if there's any big income in their bank accounts recently. Someone deliberately set this up. Of course, they've thought about it carefully. Besides, we all know the punishment for stealing a corpse. For those people in the slums, a few months in jail in exchange for a change in their lives. Of course they're willing to do it, Mu Qiqi said hatefully. Seems like someone is going against me. Is there any news from your CO? How could there be no news? When Mu Qiqi was about to answer, her phone rang. Mu Qiqi looked at the phone number and picked it up. I'm Mu Qiqi. Qiqi, let's meet. Yi Jingqing sounded a little complicated on the other end of the phone. How is it? Are you willing to meet me? Thinking of this, Mu Qiqi was too lazy to think about how Yi Jingqing got her number. She said, You don't have to go anywhere. I'll go to Yi Mansion to look for you. Then I'll wait for you. Are you crazy? Are you going to meet Yi Jingqing alone? Mu Qiqi looked at Feng Shanshan and couldn't help but laugh. Who said I'm alone? Don't I still have you and Captain Tang? Feng Shanshan said, Why do you think I'll go? Because you're worried about me. Mu Qiqi exposed her. When Captain Tang's interrogation is over, I'll go and tell him. Feng Shanshan didn't say anything. As for whether Tang Yan was willing or not, it would depend on his answer. However, Feng Shanshan didn't expect that Tang Yan would agree immediately. When are we leaving? It won't take up much of Captain Tang's time. We'll leave now, said Mu Qiqi. Feng Shanshan didn't know what Tang Yan was thinking, but she seemed to be able to guess what was going on in his mind. He was definitely not just accompanying Mu Qiqi to meet someone. And why did Mu Qiqi need Tang Yan? It was not only because of his skills, but also because of his meticulous mind. In this regard, because of his profession, Mu Qiqi felt that his mind was completely on par with Xing Zhao's. He might be able to get a lot of useful information. Chapter 623. The three of them did not speak along the way. Tang Yan drove them straight to Yi Mansion. When the butler saw them, he immediately said to Mu Qiqi, "Miss Qiqi, young master is waiting for you in the living room." This butler had been in Yi Mansion for many years. Mu Qiqi had seen him many times. But just like how she saw Yi Jingqing, Mu Qiqi did not have a good impression of him. Mu Qiqi brought Tang Yan and Feng Xianxian through the iron gate of Yi Mansion. Although she was familiar with this place, she would rather not know anyone from the Yi family. The three of them entered the living room. At this time Yi Jingqing was pacing back and forth anxiously. When he saw Mu Qiqi, he seemed to see hope. He went forward and grabbed Mu Qiqi's arm. "Qiqi, you are Tongshua's sister. Can't you let her go? You wanted to see me just to say this?" Mu Qiqi asked Yi Jingqing. Yi Jingqing regained his senses and saw Tang Yan and Feng Xianxian behind Mu Qiqi. "You even brought Captain Tang here. Do you mind if I look around at home?" Tang Yan took the opportunity to ask Yi Jingqing. "Captain Tang, do as you wish." Then he dragged Mu Qiqi to his swimming pool and sat on the reclining chair beside the pool. "Are you afraid that I will hurt you? Even if you don't want to hurt me, you have already made a big fuss." "Of course I will guard against you," said Mu Qiqi. It was in this swimming pool, in this position, that he and Mu Tongxue had pressed her under the water and did not treat her as a human being. And today it was in this swimming pool again. "Qiqi, tell me where Tongxue is. As long as you tell me the news, I swear that I will never go against you or frame you again." Yi Jingqing raised his hand and promised. "Not only that, I will clarify everything. As long as you tell me where Tongxue is." "Do you think I need your clarification?" Mu Qiqi curled her lips coldly and said, "You should keep your scheme for yourself. Anyway, I will find evidence one day." "Qiqi, why are you so stubborn?" Yi Jingqing was anxious. "Look, you are Tongshua's sister. How can you control your sister's freedom forever? Don't you think so? Do you still remember this swimming pool?" Mu Qiqi asked Yi Jingqing. "I'm talking to you about Tongxue now. Do you still remember when you pressed me into this pool to teach Tongxue to swim?" Mu Qiqi pointed at the swimming pool and asked Yi Jingqing, "I'm telling you about Mu Tongxue too." Yi Jingqing looked at the pond and then at Mu Qiqi. He couldn't control his emotions. "Tell me where Tongxue is first." "Why should I tell you? Who do you think you are?" Mu Qiqi shouted, "Let me tell you, Yi Jingqing. We will settle old scores and new scores." "Why are you so vicious that you have to hide your sister?" Mu asked. "Tang Xian to Tang Tongxue not. Shao not. Mu Tongxue. Not." Yi Jingqing quickly stood up, but Mu Qiqi pushed him into the pool. Then Mu Qiqi squatted beside the pool and said, "You want to know where Mu Tongxue is? In your next life. You can hurt me all you want. But Yi Jingqing, let me tell you. The more you do this, the more I won't let you see Mu Tongxue. Kill me if you dare. Of course you will never see Mu Tongxue again. I'll take this as revenge for you pressing me into the water when we were young. However, I still remember how you hired people to slander me. I'll let you taste the price you have to pay for hurting me. Since you know I'm vicious, don't provoke me to do something more vicious. Otherwise, Mu Tongxue will suffer 100 times more for me. Do you think you can still do whatever you want to me like before?" Mu Qiqi looked at Yi Jingqing in the water. Her eyes were sharp and firm. The person in front of her was no longer the little girl who was always bullied. "Try touching a single hair of mine again." Yi Jingqing was shivering in the water. But somehow he forgot how to speak under Mu Qiqi's threat. Then the butler came to the pool and said to Yi Jingqing, "Young master, I'll pull you up. You wanted to see me, so I'm here. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. After all, I have to attend the state banquet tonight. This is a height that your little lover, Mu Tongxue, can never reach in her life." Yi Jingqing walked toward the pool slowly. Then with the butler's help he returned to the shore. "Young master, I'll get you a towel. Mu Qiqi, if Tongxue is hurt, you will never live a peaceful day in this life." "That depends on your ability," Mu Qiqi said meaningfully and turned around. Tang Yan and Feng Xianxian were behind her. "Are you done talking?" "Yes," Mu Qiqi answered as she walked. "It's almost 3 o'clock. I have to go home to prepare for the state banquet tonight. After all, I can't disappoint them. Oh, Captain Tang, I suddenly remembered something. When I came to Yi Mansion when I was young, I saw an interesting scene. But let's talk about it when we get back to the police station. What are you keeping us in suspense again? Feng Xianxian asked her softly. When I was young, I accidentally overheard Papa Mu and Uncle Ye's conversation. I think Yi Holdings might be involved in tax evasion. Are you making it up to take revenge on Yi Jingqing? I just remembered it. Let's report it and see if we can find anything. Mu Qiqi sounded very serious. Moreover, I seriously suspect that Yi Jingqing is crazy. He's really stubborn about your sister. He's completely unreasonable. Feng Xianxian sighed. If you really offend such a person, you'll be in big trouble. You can't get rid of him even if you want to. Then I won't get rid of him, said Mu Qiqi. I want him to know that even if he tries to stop me, I'll live 100 times better than Mu Tongxue. What if he threatens your safety? Mu Qiqi suddenly remembered what Yi Jingqing said. Mu Tongxue was so kind. Now, I really hope that I can find Mu Tongxue and destroy Yi Jingqing's fantasy. What Yi Jingqing liked was Mu Tongshue's innocent look. In his heart, she was like a porcelain doll that would break with a touch. So he tried his best to protect Mu Tongxue. He thought that Mu Qiqi was vicious and threatened Mu Tongshue's safety. However, he was completely wrong. Yi Jingqing couldn't forget their childhood together. But he had never lived with Mu Tongxue. Mu Qiqi was sure that if Yi Jingqing got what he wanted, he would know how blind he was in the past. Chapter 624. Yi Jingqing changed his clothes and walked out of the bedroom. Then he received a call from Mu Tongxue. Jingqing, can you come and save me? I'm trapped in the mountains. I don't dare to run around now. Jingqing, come and save me. Tongxue, I'll call the police now. Tell me where you are. Tell me now. The signal on Mu Tongshue's side was intermittent, but she insisted on telling him an address. Although Yi Jingqing had never heard of that place, he quickly took his coat and went out when he knew that Mu Tongxue was trapped there. He wanted to call the police. If Xing Zhao's men were really looking for Mu Tongxue, he must bring the police there as soon as possible. But he did not know that it was an eye for an eye from Xing Zhao. Since he wanted to use someone who was not from Jianchuan to deal with Shao Qi, Xing Zhao would certainly play along with him. Let's look for her in the mountains. It was going to be a stormy night anyway. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Mu Qiqi arrived home on time. By then, the dress she had chosen had already been fitted according to her measurements. Mu Qiqi washed away her tiredness and stood in front of the dressing mirror to try on the dress. It was a strapless A-line high-waisted dress. The combination of beige and dark green made her look like a noble lady from medieval France. Especially when it was worn by Mu Qiqi, it accentuated her good complexion and liveliness. All right, madam. Chief Sheng will come and pick you up at 6 o'clock. The stylist had even styled her hair into a bun. Her hair was loose and fluffy, making her look even more lively. Thank you for your hard work. Mu Qiqi almost fell asleep. It had been a long time since she attended a formal event with Xing Zhao, except when she accompanied him to the cocktail party. So Mu Qiqi was a little nervous when she attended the state banquet this time. After all, the people she was going to meet were not businessmen. They were all big shots who often appeared in the news. At the police station, Feng Xianxian had just sent off the group of haters. It was New Year's Eve after all. Everyone wanted to go home to celebrate the new year. Seeing that the sky was getting dark and there were no other cases, Feng Xianxian looked at Tang Yan. She wanted to tell him that they should go home early so that they could spend New Year's Eve around the fireplace. But the bachelor in the police station invited Tang Yan to have a drink together. Captain Tang, now that the body has been returned and properly buried, Mu Qiqi is going to the state banquet. Can we also have a good New Year's Eve? After all, a group of bachelors would be lonely when they go home. You guys go ahead. I still have to keep an eye on the safety of the district. Tang Yan refused directly. No way. Captain Tang, how are you going to find a girlfriend like this? You don't even relax during the new year. It seems like you don't want to drink but want to look after the safety of the district with me. When the group of men heard Tang Yan's threat, they immediately changed into their casual clothes. Then we'll go home. Junior sister Xianxian, do you want to join us? A senior brother deliberately winked at Feng Xianxian. Feng Xianxian crossed her arms and shook her head. I'll pass. I have something to do tonight. Tisk, so boring. They left the police station in a hurry. At this time Tang Yan looked down at Feng Xianxian and asked, "What's the matter? Can't I have something to do?" Feng Xianxian snorted coldly. "I thought you would spend the new year with me. If there's no report, we'll go home." "Who wants to go home with you?" Feng Xianxian said proudly. But in fact both of them knew that they were alone. How could anything happen to them? Feng Xianxian's only friend now was Mu Qiqi. If Mu Qiqi went to the state banquet, who else could she look for? Tang Yan knew that Feng Xianxian did not mean what she said, so he did not say much. He just looked at the rain outside the door and hoped that everything would be fine tonight. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Yi Jingqing finally found the location Mu Tongxue gave him with the police. Took them 4 hours to get to the top of the mountain. However, there was not even a shadow, let alone a person. Yi Jingqing was a rich man's son. He had never been so embarrassed before. It was all thanks to Xiao. Yi Jingqing couldn't find her, so he called Mu Tongxue. He saved the number, but the voice message told him that the number was turned off. In other words, he couldn't provide any more information to the police about the search. The police prepared to go down the mountain. After all, there was no sign of anyone on the mountain. They could not continue wasting time here. Yi Jingqing's report was just a one-sided story. "You can't go. We haven't found the person yet. Chairman Yi, please don't waste our police resources. No one has ever come up here before. Even a man can't survive up there, let alone a woman. There are wild and ferocious beasts in there. It's the new year, please don't mess with us." "Believe me, Xiao Yi, I'm really sorry. We have to go down the mountain. The rain is so heavy. I have to think about everyone's safety," said the leading police officer. Yi Jingqing's face darkened. He did not believe that there was no one up there. But where was Mu Tongxue? She had sent him the address and said that she was here. He would not lie to him. Could she have been taken away by Xiao? Thinking of this possibility, Yi Jingqing immediately called Xiao. But Xiao's phone was switched off. After all, Xiao had already left Banyan Courtyard with Mu Qiqi and was about to reach the venue of the state banquet. The people attending the state banquet were all big shots. Mu Qiqi was very nervous. After all, she was scolded badly yesterday. Wouldn't she be laughed at if she attended such a grand banquet today? Xiao might have noticed her nervousness, so he held her little fist and said, "I thought you were not afraid of anything. It turns out that you have something to worry about." "I'm afraid that I will embarrass you," said Mu Qiqi. Xiao pinched her palm and looked at the ring between her fingers. He smiled. "You just need to stay by my side. Leave the rest to me." Mu Qiqi took a deep breath and tried hard to calm herself down. When they arrived at the entrance of the state banquet hall, she finally knew how big the event was. The guests walked up the red carpet one after another. Xiao helped Mu Qiqi down from the black Rolls-Royce. Because of the handsome man and beautiful woman, they received a lot of attention. However, the big ring between their fingers announced to the world that they had completed the big thing in their lives. They were a couple now. Chapter 625. But just as they took out their invitations and were about to enter the banquet hall, Secretary He stopped Xiao in the corridor. "Excuse me." Xiao did not let go of Mu Qiqi's hand, although he could guess Secretary He's intention. "I didn't expect that you would really bring little sister-in-law here. Secretary He, you know that I only have one little thing. I keep holding her in my palm and doting on her. I don't have any other request, I just want to keep her by my side." Xiao looked at Secretary He seriously. "I can compromise on other things, but I want to be stubborn to the end when it comes to Qi. Secretary He looked at Xiao and then at Mu Qiqi. In the end he nodded his head. "All right, I've also seen little sister-in-law's interview. It's not that I have anything against her or anything else. You have to know that your marriage has not been recognized and protected by the country's laws. Little sister-in-law's identity must be awkward at such an event. Moreover, your looks would decide it. There would be many ladies who would send you signals of interest, and I'm afraid little sister-in-law would be hurt if she's here. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on her." Secretary He could not do anything about Xiao and could only do his best to help him. After all, they had known each other for half a year and he knew what Xiao valued the most. Mu Qiqi held Xiao's arm without a word. She knew that what secretary he said was the truth and it was hard to avoid it. But since she was Xing Zhao's woman, she would never back down in such a situation. Let's go in. Xing Xiao led Mu Qiqi into the main hall of the state banquet. Inside the hall were all powerful and influential people. They were either philanthropists or military officers with outstanding achievements. With her current status, being able to enter such a place and witness such a grand occasion was really the most extraordinary experience in her life. Everyone had the entire process of the state banquet in their hands. An hour for the award ceremony, an hour for the performance, and finally the banquet. And the president's attendance would undoubtedly be the climax of the event. Mu Qiqi's nervousness was swept away, and there was a hint of anticipation in her heart. Attending such a banquet will give people a sense of honor and responsibility. Mu Qiqi murmured. Then she tilted her head to look at Xing Zhao's side profile. Under the soft light, his handsome face looked even more dignified. Especially today, he was wearing a dark green suit. His fashion sense and nobility made him stand out among the crowd, making people unable to take their eyes off him. It was precisely because he was eye-catching that he attracted the attention of countless women at the scene. It was just that he already had Mu Qiqi by his side. This naturally aroused the jealousy of other women. Isn't that the female lead who's been on the news for the past 2 days? The one who poisoned my sister. That's her. This young lady is a regular on the news headlines. Maybe she has a rebellious personality. With such a background, he dares to appear in such an occasion. Does he really not know his place? The sound of ridicule lingered in his ears. Still, Mu Qiqi pretended not to hear anything and did not let Xing Xiao notice the scheming thoughts between the women. Both of them followed the flow from the banquet hall to the award hall, where the elites of different social classes would be given their awards. Xing Xiao was one of them. But did she think that Xing Xiao did not hear it? He could not speak for his little one now. But there would be a great opportunity later. Soon both of them sat on the chairs below the stage. But the granddaughter of one of the generals was sitting next to Xing Xiao. She showed an admiring look when she saw Xing Xiao sitting beside her. But Xing Xiao simply switched seats with Mu Qiqi. You sit here. Before Mu Qiqi could understand what was going on, Xing Xiao had already placed her on the seat and put his hand on the back of her seat, declaring that he had taken possession of her. The beauty beside Mu Qiqi immediately showed a provocative look and looked at Mu Qiqi. I know you. Oh. Mu Qiqi was polite. You're the woman who killed my sister in the news. Mu Qiqi knew that she was doing it on purpose when she heard that. She smiled. It seems that you're not well informed enough. I've already clarified the matter this morning. So what? You're just a medical examiner. No, I should say that you're not even a medical examiner. Perhaps I'm worthless in this lady's eyes, but I'm worth $1,000 in my husband's eyes. Am I right, Xiao? Mu Qiqi turned around with a smile, retorting as she asked Xing Xiao. Xing Xiao held Mu Qiqi's head and stroked it. His meaning was clear. She did not have to bother with irrelevant people and there was no need to explain deliberately. The beauty was furious at that. It was not easy to see a man with a bright future and outstanding looks, but he was going to lose to an inconspicuous girl. It was really unsettling. But because of her identity, she would not continue to trouble Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi leaned against Xing Zhao's arm, enjoying his protection. In my eyes, everything you've done has created enough value for this world. Not everyone can be compared to you. Mu Qiqi could not help but smile at that. I also firmly believe that everything I do is not inferior to others. Silly thing. The girl beside Mu Qiqi showed a look of extreme disdain as she listened to their conversation. Mu Qiqi was a country bumpkin. Why do you have to be so sacred? I've already had dinner with the president many times. Isn't it because of your father or grandfather? Mu Qiqi asked in return. The girl was left speechless. Then what have you done that's valuable? I can learn from you. Although Mu Qiqi did not like such occasions, she would get used to it. After all, she did not think that she was shameful, nor did she think that she was inferior. Xing Xiao reminded Mu Qiqi when he saw that the girl was speechless. Be careful. Don't bully a weakling. I'm going to the washroom. Mu Qiqi nodded. When she saw Xing Xiao getting up, she gave the girl on her right a look of thanks. Isn't it just a money grubber? What's so great about that? After hearing that, Mu Qiqi did not plan to reply. But at that moment the woman sitting on the girl's right could not help but say to her, "Your grandfather has been my grandfather's subordinate for so many years. I haven't even said anything. What are you so proud of?" The girl blushed. "Sisterling, I didn't see you sitting beside me. It's clearly an admirable thing for a little girl to be a forensic doctor. Why is it so vulgar when it comes from your mouth? Are you still so narrow-minded after so many years? Sit behind me. I get annoyed when I see you." Chapter 626. Then the girl went to the back seat. It was then that the woman who helped Muchichi just now responded with a smile and sat beside her. "Logically speaking, your grandfather is the chief of the military and your uncle is the mayor of Jianchuan. Your background is no less than that thing just now. Why don't you come out and help yourself?" "It's not like I'm being troubled," Muchichi replied. "I'm just not used to this kind of occasion. After all, everyone here is either rich or noble. I don't want to cause trouble for my family. My name is Li Ai. I'm a few years older than you. You can call me Sister Ai." "Hello, Sister Ai. The one who troubled you just now is the daughter of the Qin family. Her name is Qin Xiao. You should pay more attention to her. She's the only daughter among the 10 or so boys in the family. That's why she's so spoiled." Muchichi nodded gratefully. However, she did not look at Qin Xiao. To her, as long as it was someone she met tonight, she would not have much interaction with in the future. Therefore she did not have to deliberately remember them. After a while Xianxia returned to Muchichi's side. He frowned when he saw that the woman had moved to the back seat. But he still sat down quietly. "What happened?" "Nothing." Muchichi tilted her head. "The award ceremony is about to begin." On the stage not far away, the well-known MC spoke wittily, making the atmosphere relaxed and cheerful. Soon the award ceremony began. The top 10 influential people of the year, the top 10 outstanding contributors, and the top 10 outstanding youths. It was a national honor. Muchichi watched with her own eyes as the outstanding people took the stage. She finally understood what it was like to have a family and a country in their hearts. Finally, the top 10 outstanding youths were awarded. Xing Zhao's name was ranked last because there were the most descriptions about him. Zhongting was born in just a year. But this outstanding talent is invincible in the business world. He transitioned from the diamond and jewelry industry to the military industry. What you don't know is that last year, Zhongting developed as many as 65 new technologies related to military supplies. Among them, 60 have passed the national certification and will be widely used in the military in the future. Not only that, this 28-year-old CEO has also dabbled in the development of many novel fields. He has even begun to research new weapons and has achieved preliminary results. We have reason to believe that Zhongting's future represents strength and confidence. The confidence of our country in ourselves. Muchichi tilted her head to look at Xianxia. She looked at her man. She really did not expect that he had done so many things in just a year that she did not know about. Mesmerized? Xianxia turned to look at Muchichi as well. He knew the look in her eyes. It was the same look she had when she was infatuated with him. "Hurry up and get on the stage. The host is calling your name," Muchichi quickly reminded him. Xianxia reached out and hugged her. Then he got up and walked to the podium from his seat. He was one of the few people who had ability, talent, temperament, and good looks. It would not be an exaggeration to describe him as handsome and unruffled. On the other hand, Xianxia had been cynical and dangerous a year ago. "Chief Xing, please come to the front." The host gestured for him to come. "And please, let's welcome the presenter." None of the presenters here were simple nobodies. For example, the one who presented the award to Xianxia was the second in command of the military. The audience below the podium knew very well that someone of such status could be sent to present the award to Xianxia. It was clear that his contributions were worthy of respect. "Chief Xing, please speak on behalf of the outstanding youth." As the applause rang out, Xianxia held the trophy and stood in front of the microphone. "It's been almost a year. The entire team of Zhongting and I have done a lot of research and experiments. Now Zhongting finally has infinite possibilities. As the host said just now, I've done 65 studies. 60 of them have passed the test and will soon be put to use in the military. But you definitely don't know why I've put so much effort into trying to change the working environment of soldiers. Not only soldiers but people in other industries as well. Halfway through, Xianxia suddenly looked at Wuxia and pointed a finger at her. Because of my little wife. Ever since she became a forensic doctor, she had to deal with all kinds of corpses every day. There's always an unbearable smell on her. That's why I thought if there's any way to stop her from being troubled by that problem. And because of my understanding of her, I started thinking about various industries, and it's also because of those thoughts that I've put in a lot of research. My wife's existence makes me feel the weight of my responsibility. I also hope that my ability can really be used by society. After hearing that, the host couldn't help asking, Chief Xing, did you tell your little wife about the research you've done? Xianxia shook his head. She goes to school during the day and interns at the police station at night. Sometimes she's called out for field work in the middle of the night. I can see that you seem to support her career. At the mention of Wuxia, the audience below the podium could clearly feel Xianxiao's face softening. She's not just young. She's petite too. But she has a soul. To me she's my equal. Xianxia answered seriously. A person's true value is to contribute to society. Seeing her little body working hard every day to find the murderer, I, as her husband, would certainly be more disciplined than her. Then it seems that Mrs. Xing has contributed a lot to Zhongting's greatness. Wuxia looked at Xianxia from among the crowd. Xianxia was also among the crowd looking at Wuxia. The couple's eyes were shining like stars. It was fine if others did not understand. As long as they understood each other, they would have the whole world. Then Xianxia walked down the podium step by step and returned to Wuxia's side. Wuxia looked at him, her heart softening. You never told me about this. I thought I was just a mischievous burden to you. You never see how much influence you have on me. Didn't I tell you before? You don't have to do anything when you stay by my side. I know how to absorb nutrients from you. But just as she turned around to sit next to Xianxia, she was suddenly tripped by a passerby. Wuxia lost her balance and fell to the side. Fortunately, Xianxia caught her in time. Wuxia blushed as she leaned into her man's arms. What? Do you want to embarrass yourself at the state banquet? Wuxia shook her head. That's what I'm most afraid of, so I was very reserved the whole night. What are you afraid of? You fell down, but didn't I catch you? At most we will embarrass ourselves together. When Wuxia focused her gaze, she realized that Xianxia was holding her hand, while the guests around them were all staring at them with smiles on their faces. Hurry up and sit back down. Brother, if Wuxia is not young, you would really be laughed at. Secretary, he laughed. But you can't stop little sister-in-law from being young and energetic. Seems that most people can understand you now. I've told you. That's the only treasure I have. Xianxia watched as Wuxia said that before resuming his conversation with Secretary He. Just then Qin Xiao brought her grandfather to Xianxia and Wuxia's table. From their expressions, it seemed that they did not come with good intentions. Shameless brat. You still have a long way to go. How dare you be so arrogant now? With that, Grandpa Xing deliberately arranged for Qin Xiao to sit next to Wuxia. You sit here. I want to see who dares to bully you. Qin Xiao gave Wuxia a smug look. But Wuxia did not care about her at all. Xianxia and Secretary He did not even bother to look at them. Before the state banquet began, the president gave a speech and wished everyone a happy new year. Then the sound of fireworks was heard outside the banquet hall. This new year had indeed passed with extraordinary significance. 40 minutes later, the banquet was coming to an end. Because they still had to go home for a reunion, the guests began to leave their seats one after another. At this time, the old man of the Qin family walked in front of his granddaughter and said, Jiao Jiao, Grandpa has already helped you vent your anger. Just now when your Grandpa Lin was talking about those outstanding youths, I directly told him that those people are nothing more than snakes and rats. They are being praised. Don't be angry anymore. Follow Grandpa home. Qin Xiao snorted. Wuxia knew that the old man was talking to her, but she ignored him. I'm just not used to seeing her. Jiao Jiao, you are a noble person. How can you compare yourself with others? Be a good girl and go home. To Wuxia, he was just an old man who spoiled his granddaughter. So she did not respond to his sarcasm. She pretended not to hear it. Wuxia, are you deaf? With those words Muchichi turned around. But Xianxia grabbed her shoulder. Wipe your mouth. Let's go home. All right. The legendary CO that no one dares to mess with is just so in my opinion. Qin Xiao continued to cause trouble for them. Old Qin, you are unreasonable. She is not the descendant of a hot-blooded soldier. Xianxia did not even look at Qin Xiao. He said to Grandpa Qin, it's fine if you spoil her at home. But you should know that you can't protect her forever. The more enemies you allow her to make, the more swords she will get stabbed in the future. If you don't teach her well, someone will teach her for you in the future. Old Qin, you have been a soldier all your life. You should understand this, right? I brought my wife here today. I did not provoke Miss Qin. I even tolerated her many times. If you are too aggressive, I don't mind teaching your descendant a lesson for you. After all, I am still young, am I not? Chapter 628. What an arrogant brat. What an arrogant tone. Grandpa Qin snorted. But my granddaughter is born to be pampered. She is not someone that a bunch of merchants like you could compare to. Miss Chen's pampering is only in the eyes of the Qin family. Outsiders might not spoil her as well. After saying that, Xianxia prepared to leave with Muchichi. But Qin Xiao took the opportunity to grab Muchichi's arm. Don't get too full of yourself. We will meet again soon. Muchichi pushed her away when she saw Qin Xiao pestering her. My time is spent with my family and autopsies. Miss Qin, not everyone is as free as you. Just wait and see. With that, Qin Xiao walked in front of Grandpa Qin in a huff. When Grandpa Qin saw that his granddaughter had left, he quickly chased after her dotingly. Muchichi shook her head when she saw that. I hope I won't meet such a pampered lady again. Xingzhao's lips curled into a smile. Then he patted the back of Muchichi's hand. Let's go home. Since there's nothing else, I'm going home too. Your sister-in-law is rushing me. Secretary, he said to them when Grandpa Qin left. Muchichi smiled and waved at Secretary He, but she could not move her feet. Now wait. We will leave after the other guests have left. Xianxia frowned. What is it? High heels. Seem to be broken. He almost tripped just now because the heels were too heavy. Xianxia crouched down and found that Muchichi's silver heels could no longer walk. So he bent down and carried Muchichi horizontally. Put me down. Muchichi struggled when she saw that there were people around them. I've already picked you up. You might as well stay put. Xianxia ignored her resistance and walked out of the banquet hall with her in his arms. There are so many people watching. You were so shameless before. But now you are so thin-skinned. Muchichi lowered her head and buried it in Xingzhao's arms. Then an attendant draped a black coat over Xingzhao, and he carried Muchichi into his black limousine. In the VIP lounge on the second floor of the state banquet, the president saw the young couple leaving and thought it was a little interesting. He said to the secretary beside him, "This is a pair of loving young people." Yes, but they are not husband and wife yet. Miss Mu is still too young, so they can't register yet. Are you also complaining that the marriage law stipulates that the age is too high? I didn't say anything. The secretary quickly shut up. Although this was what he thought in his heart. When the bell rang for the new year, Xingzhao and Muchichi were on their way home. Muchichi lay on Xingzhao's lap, watching the fireworks bloom in the sky. So beautiful, such an atmosphere is perfect for champagne and kisses. Xingzhao stared at Muchichi's little head, his long right hand resting on her shoulder. Muchichi turned her head to look at Xingzhao. She threw away her shoes, propped herself up and looked at the man. Do you want a kiss? I'll give it to you now. Xingzhao did not move at first, pretending to be calm. But when Muchichi really got close, he directly hooked his arm around the little one's neck, ready to teach her a good lesson in the car. In front, the driver could not see the situation at the back because he was separated. So, the two people in the car were even more unscrupulous. It was the most beautiful fireworks to be watched with the most important person. Amidst the sounds of the fireworks, there were ambiguous moans. On the other side, Tang Yan and a few police officers on duty were on duty until midnight. When Feng Shanshan and the others were tired, they directly lay down in the autopsy room. When Tang Yan went in and saw her, he could not help but hold her in his arms. It was so cold in here. Was he not afraid of catching a cold? Feng Xianxian was a light sleeper. When she felt her body being moved, she opened her sleepy eyes and looked at Tang Yan. Seeing that it was someone she trusted, she closed her eyes again and fell asleep in Tang Yan's arms. There are fireworks outside. Do you want to join us? After that, we'll go home. Feng Xianxian did not move for a long time. Tang Yan thought that she had fallen asleep again. But a minute later, Feng Xianxian tried her best to open her eyes. Let's go. When they reached the courtyard, Feng Xianxian woke up. This was because this thing was something that her parents had touched before their divorce. How many years had it been? In her heart, she had always felt that fireworks were something that only people with a whole family were qualified to set off. So Xianxian hasn't gone back yet? Come and set off fireworks with your senior brothers. Feng Xianxian laughed and ran over. Tang Yan looked at Feng Xianxian from afar. He did not join in, but when he saw Feng Xianxian's smile, he felt a trace of warmth in his heart. Perhaps this winter was not as cold as before, or perhaps it was because he had a lover. Captain Tang, you come too, the people in the team called out. Tang Yan shook his head and refused decisively. You guys go ahead. Junior Xianxian, hey, do you not have a lover? That's why you're still here in the middle of the night with us bachelors. I do, Feng Xianxian replied naturally. My partner happens to be a workaholic. He doesn't have time to accompany me during the new year, so I was forced to stay here and set off such boring fireworks with you guys. That's too unromantic, isn't it? How could he have such a cute girlfriend like you? That's right, girlfriend. But it's about time. I'll send her back. You guys pack up and go home for the new year. When Tang Yan heard those 3 words, he could not bear the throbbing in his heart, so he gave Feng Xianxian a look. Captain Tang, Happy New Year. After the 2 of them waved at Tang Yan with a smile, Tang Yan left with Feng Xianxian. However, when she saw Tang Yan driving, Feng Xianxian reminded him subconsciously, we're not in a hurry to go home. You don't have to drive so fast. You're not in a hurry, but I'm in a hurry. After saying that, Tang Yan continued to speed up and return to the house in the shortest time possible. However, the house was a mess because of Feng Xianxian's knocking. There was no way to go in now. My key is at your house, Feng Xianxian asked helplessly. Where's your key? Regardless of the key, Tang Yan drove the off-road vehicle into the courtyard. Then he adjusted his seat and pulled Feng Xianxian onto his lap. Do you want it? Feng Xianxian felt that looking at this man in the dark seemed to be more attractive. So, how could she resist the temptation of this man? Yes. Chapter 629. As soon as she finished speaking, Tang Yan's kiss was like a shower. In the car, under the fireworks, the 2 of them hurriedly took off each other's clothes and joined together in the most primitive way. At this moment, Feng Xianxian felt that whether it was her body or her heart, she was most satisfied at this moment. There's no condom in the car. Tang Yan did not say anything. He took out a small box from the storage box in the car. Who would believe that the brave and upright Officer Tang has such a dangerous side to him? This is a gift from the underwear I bought last time. It's been 2 years and it hasn't been opened, Tang Yan explained, his breathing unstable. Then, it hasn't expired yet? Tang Yan's eyes emitted extreme danger. So he did not give Feng Xianxian a chance to continue talking. He just deeply occupied her and then brought her into the storm. After everything calmed down, the 2 of them were sweating. Tang Yan picked up his coat and put it on Feng Xianxian's bare back. Only then did he gradually relax. You're really strange. You're under my control and you sleep with me, but you never talk about feelings. You just follow whatever I say. Is this considered advancing by retreating? Being with me for a long time won't end well, Tang Yan said seriously. My personality is unstable. I don't have the concept of family in my bones, and I rarely have time to accompany my partner. So, I never take the initiative to talk about feelings with women. After listening to this, Feng Xianxian could understand everything about this man. I'm a little cold. Let's go home. Tang Yan could not promise anyone or be stable. He was such a man. He would not change himself for anyone. He was a man of iron bones. But the thing that Feng Xianxian was most attracted to about him, other than his body, was his ego. Because of this, many thoughts suddenly flashed through Feng Xianxian's mind. The scariest thing was none other than one. She actually wanted to maintain this kind of relationship with Tang Yan for a long time. She could even be his girlfriend. Because that way she could prove to him that she was different from his previous girlfriend. Not everyone could not stand loneliness. Not everyone could not keep their loyalty. Then Tang Yen carried Feng Xianxian into her house. Everything in her house was simple. The only thing that wasn't simple was the 2-meter-wide bed. After the shower, the two of them lay on the bed. There was no study room or other space for Tang Yen to escape. This was the first time the two of them were lying together in a sober state. I'll be your woman until we can't stand each other anymore. Then we'll separate. Feng Xianxian hugged Tang Yen from behind and said, "Go and do your thing. I won't stop you, nor will I interfere with you or complain about you. I only have one request. No matter where you go, let me know in advance. Don't disappear for no reason. I'll be satisfied." Similarly, you don't have to worry about what I want to do. I can't guarantee anything. The only thing I can guarantee is that when I'm with you, I won't pester other men. Tang Yen listened quietly and did not speak for a long time. This made Feng Xianxian feel uncertain. "How is it? Do you agree, or not?" Tang Yen did not answer directly. Instead, he grabbed Feng Xianxian's hand as a silent nod. "Then, let's make a deal. From the first day of the new year, we're a couple." Silly. In fact, Tang Yen thought to himself. From the moment she asked him to care about him, he had already made up his mind. The only good thing about the two of them being together was, Feng Xianxian was a forensic doctor and he was a police officer. So they did not need to not see each other for 3 to 5 days, and Feng Xianxian could understand his work. "Even so, I still hope that you can keep our relationship a secret. I don't want it to be too embarrassing when we break up in the future." Although Tang Yen did not think that they would break up, he still agreed to Feng Xianxian's request. What if he sacrificed himself one day? That night, all the houses were lit up. Everyone was reunited, including the Liu family. Lin Mu, and also took a break and returned to the Liu family to spend a warm new year with Liu Qianqian. But on the eve of dawn, Liu Qianqian found that the man who was supposed to be sleeping beside her was standing by the bed, deep in thought. She thought about it and felt that Lin Mu and might still be missing everything about the Lin family. "Do you want me to go back with you to take a look?" Hearing Liu Qianqian's voice, Lin Mu and turned around and was a little apologetic. "Did I wake you up? I can't sleep well without you by my side." Liu Qianqian got up and hugged Lin Mu and from behind. "Although I know that your grandfather will not accept me, I really don't want you to have any regrets in the depths of my heart. Why don't I go back with you tomorrow and secretly take a look?" Lin Mu and held Liu Qianqian's hands and shook his head. "Wait until I have some achievements. Then I can stand tall." Liu Qianqian sighed. She felt that the grandfather and granddaughter were really too stubborn. In fact, they had wasted a lot of time to accompany and understand each other. Could it be that she had not shown enough kindness? During this period of time, whenever the Lin family needed help, she would secretly lend them a hand. Even when old Master Lin was hospitalized or other matters, she would bear all of them. Perhaps her fawning actions were still beneath old Master Lin's notice. So she could only be patient and continue waiting. "Going to the police academy is really too slow. I really want to enter the society directly, then make a career and marry you. Even a capable person like the great Xiao can only be a real husband and wife when Muqiqi is of age, right? So we are not in a hurry." Lin Mu and sighed and smiled. "I am in a hurry." Their heads gradually leaned against each other. It was a warm night for the two of them. It seemed that the only person who did not have a good time tonight was Yi Jingqing. After the police retreated, he continued to look for Mu Tongxue on the mountain. But he did not even bump into a wild animal, let alone a human. In the second half of the night, he fainted on the mountain. In the end, he had to rely on the police to save him. He almost froze to death on the mountain. This made Mr. and Mrs. Ye's heart ache. This child was too infatuated. "Father, why don't we tell Jingqing that we know where Mu Tongxue is hiding? Then he won't have to continue looking for her. Look at how much effort he has put in to find her." "But, are you willing to let Mu Tongxue become your daughter-in-law?" Papa Yi asked. Mama Yi shook her head. "I was afraid that the child would become like this. So I planned to get rid of Mu Tongxue before he came back. But I didn't expect him to be so stubborn. Mu Tongxue doesn't have him in her heart." Chapter 630. The next morning Yi Jingqing woke up from his bed at home. But because of his high fever he was in a daze. Tongxue. Oh, I must look for Tongxue. What are you looking for? You've been set up. Do you know that? Tongxue is not on the mountain at all. Mama Yi sat by his bed and looked at her son. Her heart ached for him. Your father has already said that you are no match for Xianxia. But you didn't listen to him. If the police didn't search the mountain last night, would you have been killed by them? Did you consider how your father and I feel? Mother. Yi Jingqing looked at Mama Yi apologetically. I'm sorry for you and father, but I just can't let her go. Mama Yi sighed and admitted defeat in the end. I know where Tongxue is. Yi Jingqing's eyes widened. You know. We thought that if we kept Tongxue's whereabouts a secret, you would slowly forget about it. We didn't expect that you would be so stubborn that you almost lost your life. After saying that, Mama Yi picked up her phone and dialed a number. When he heard the hello, Yi Jingqing felt that he was like a lonely boat that had finally reached the shore. Tongxue? It's me, Auntie. Are you free now? Come and see Jingqing. He's not well. I'll take a taxi now, said Mu Tongxue. Mama Yi had hidden her away. She had left the slums and lived a normal life. Now she had transferred to another medical school. But in the medical school she fell in love with a doctor there and was now actively pursuing him. When Yi Jingqing heard that it was really Mu Tongxue, he got up excitedly and wanted to change his clothes. He didn't want to look so miserable. Not only that, he took the phone on the bedside table and called Xianxia. I admit that you are ruthless, but I'm sorry, Chief Sheng. I've found Tongxue. I'll make sure to return the gift you gave me last night tenfold. Similarly, now that Tongxue is back, I'm afraid Mu Qiqi's life will not be easy anymore. Xianxia smiled when he heard the phone call. How do you want Qiqi to live? Do you think you've planned everything? Then why didn't you keep an eye on Tongxue? My happiness is about to begin. I will make Tongxue 100 times better than Mu Qiqi. As for that little forensic doctor of yours, she can stand aside. Such senseless threats did not trigger any sense of danger in Xianxia. Perhaps Yi Jingqing's brain was damaged last night on the mountain. Mu Qiqi watched as Xianxia answered the phone by the window. She propped herself up and asked, Who is it? So early. Yi Jingqing said that he found Mu Tongxue. He really found it? It's definitely not on the mountain. I'll get Suche to check immediately. Xianxia pinched Mu Qiqi's nose. He even threatened me, saying that if Mu Tongxue came back he would train her into someone 100 times better than you. Is that so? Mu Tongxue can join the entertainment industry, but I'm not interested. She's good at acting, but her brain isn't good enough. Mu Qiqi said confidently. Was Mu Tongxue still a threat to her? Not for a long time. Xianxia was very satisfied with Mu Qiqi's confidence. He carried her and got up. Hurry up and pack up. We're going to the Shin family for New Year's greetings. What about the Sheng family? Mu Qiqi raised an eyebrow. We'll talk about it when the old man summons us. Mu Qiqi knew that her man was just being stubborn. Yesterday afternoon, I asked Mommy to prepare some gifts for New Year's greetings. We'll go to the hospital and Secretary He's house to visit sister-in-law. Xianxia did not say anything. He let Mu Qiqi do whatever she wanted. She was becoming more and more like the wife of a CEO. She already knew how to consider the ways of the world. Half an hour later, Mu Tongxue took a taxi to Yi Mansion, which she had not seen for a long time. But now she was wearing ordinary clothes. She no longer looked like a spoiled young lady. She had completely turned into an ordinary person. Not only that, but her appearance was getting more and more different from Mu Qiqi. When Yi Jingqing saw her, he did not dare to recognize her. In the past, Mu Tongxue was as cute as a porcelain doll. She was the little princess in the hands of the Mu family. But now, Tongxue, brother Jingqing. Mu Tongxue sat beside Yi Jingqing's bed and called him. I heard from Auntie that you're not in good health. You need to be more careful. Tongxue. Yi Jingqing was so excited that he hugged Mu Tongxue in his arms. But Mu Tongxue pushed him away. Brother Jingqing, you're hurting me. Yi Jingqing let go of her subconsciously and finally showed a smile that he had not seen for a long time. Tongxue, you're finally back by my side. I'll bring you to Yi Mansion. We'll be the same as before. Mu Tongshue's expression was a little strange. She turned to look at Mama Yi. When she saw Mama Yi looking at her, she said, Brother Jingqing, my life is good now. I don't plan to change my current lifestyle. So I'm sorry. I don't want to come to Yi Mansion. When Yi Jingqing heard that, he quickly grabbed Mu Tongshua's arm and asked, Did Xiao threaten you? Did Mu Qiqi? It has nothing to do with them. I have someone I like. I want to be by his side, Mu Tongxue said bluntly. Besides, I'm working part-time now. My life is not a problem at all. You don't have to worry about me. I'm really not worth it. Nonsense. Why are you not worth it? Yi Jingqing couldn't accept it. He looked at Mama Yi. Mom, did you force Tongxue to say that? Well, this has nothing to do with Auntie. Then Mu Tongxue took out the photo of the doctor. He's my teacher. I really like him and want to be with him. Brother Jingqing, let bygones be bygones. I'm fine now. I don't want to be disturbed by anyone anymore. Have a good rest today. I'll come to see you when I'm free. Tongxue, don't go. Yi Jingqing grabbed Mu Tongshue's arm. I like you so much. How can you abandon me and fall in love with someone else? Brother Jingqing, I've only treated you as a brother since the beginning. I never had that intention. I hope you take care. Having said that, Mu Tongxue turned around and left Yi Mansion without looking back. She left Yi Jingqing's side. Mom, did you arrange it? If you don't believe me, you can find out for yourself, Mama Yi said coldly. Son, I don't have to force Tongxue. Yi Jingqing lay on the bed. At that moment he felt as if he had lost his favorite toy. Chapter 631. Why did Mu Qiqi say that it would be a good thing if Yi Jingqing really found Mu Tongxue? Because his liking was almost sick. Which woman would want to be with such a sick person? Moreover, Mu Tongxue was a scheming person, and Yi Jingqing thought that she was a pure and innocent princess. If Yi Jingqing saw Mu Tongshue's dark side, his psychological defense would definitely collapse. Sure enough, they had just reunited. After that, Su Che went to investigate Mu Tongshue's whereabouts. It only took him one morning to find out where Mu Tongxue was staying and her school. It should be the Yi family who hid her. It's my first time seeing her. She looks so similar to Madame. But when I look closely, they are very different. So, is there anything important? Xianxia looked at the information and asked. She is crazily chasing after a teacher in her school. Seems that she likes him very much. The whole school knows about it. Su Che showed the photo to Xianxia. Then this is going to be a good show. Xianxia chuckled. His words were meaningful. That morning, Tang Yan and Feng Shanshan did not go to the police station because Tang Yan had applied for leave. However, before they slept until noon, Tang Yan received a call from the chief. There was a murder case at Hongwen University and it had been transferred to the criminal investigation team. Seeing Tang Yan getting up, Feng Shanshan asked him, Didn't you say that you are not going to work? There is a case. Go back to sleep. Can't you let me have some peace during the new year? No matter what, Feng Shanshan still got up with Tang Yan. You go first. I will be there later. Tang Yan nodded. He got dressed and went out after washing up. He did not go to the police station. Instead, he went to the crime scene at Hongwen University. Captain Tang, the victim, is a second-year student at Hongwen University. Her name is Tang Yixiao. She is from the same family as you. She was hacked to death and the forensic doctor is doing an autopsy. It's a horrible scene. It's really not peaceful during the new year. Isn't the school on holiday? There are many students staying in school. One of the team members explained to Tang Yan. The body was found by the cleaning lady. According to her memory, the last time the washroom was cleaned was yesterday morning. No one found out during this period of time. Because it's the holidays, very few people go to that school building. His colleague continued to explain, Oh right, there's a Hongwen medical school behind it. Tang Yan nodded and went to the scene. Seeing the victim lying miserably on the bathroom floor, he sighed and asked the forensic doctor, Is there any result? Captain Tang, you might have to call the professor. I'm new here. I'm not very experienced. The young forensic doctor's mind went blank when he saw Tang Yan. However, Tang Yan knew that his uncle had gone abroad to see his daughter. He was not here at all. So he turned around and started calling the other forensic doctors in the police force. Mu Qiqi received it too. She just didn't expect it to be so scary during the new year. When Xianxia saw how concerned she was about the case, he knew that her heart must have flown over. he said, "I'll pick you up at the hospital at 5 in the afternoon. At 7 in the evening we'll go to the He family's house." Muqiqi hugged his arm and rubbed it. "I knew you understand me. Let Su Che send you there. There's no need. Didn't you just say that the murder happened at Hongwen University?" "Su Che is going there too," Xianxia said as he pinched her nose. Muqiqi frowned. She didn't understand until Xianxia explained. The school that Mu Tongxue is studying at now is a branch of Hongwen University. Muqiqi knew that her man was investigating Mu Tongxue's case, so she nodded. "I got it." No matter what Xingzhao's motive was, it was all for her. Muqiqi didn't think much about it. She got into Su Che's car and went to Hongwen University. At this time Feng Xianxian also arrived at the scene. "Isn't there a forensic doctor here?" Muqiqi looked at the forensic doctor in the white coat and said, "And where are the professor and the other seniors?" "The professor went abroad and it's the holidays now. The other forensic doctors can't leave for the time being." Feng Xianxian explained for Tang Yan. "As for this one, he's newer than us. He just registered and hasn't worked for a day. You two are just forensic assistants. Don't you know your manners?" The new forensic doctor said to Feng Xianxian. Obviously he was not happy with her arrogant attitude. Muqiqi didn't respond to Feng Xianxian's teasing. She walked to the new forensic doctor and said, "Senior, did you encounter any trouble?" The new forensic doctor glanced at the corpse and turned around. It seemed that he was still not used to it. Muqiqi glanced at him and pushed him away. Then she and Feng Xianxian squatted on the ground and put on rubber gloves. Then they started the preliminary autopsy. "The deceased is a male between 20 to 25 years old." "Wait, isn't this a female?" The police couldn't help but doubt Muqiqi's words. The corpse was slender and fair. He was wearing a woman's clothes and had long hair. No matter how they looked at it, he didn't look like a man. Muqiqi showed her Adam's apple to everyone. "Do women look like this?" The police were instantly speechless. It should be a transvestite or gender dysphoria. As she said that, Muqiqi continued the autopsy. Other than the slash wounds, there are no other obvious injuries on the body. There are a total of 24 slash wounds. The most fatal one should be on the neck. The main artery was cut, which led to excessive blood loss. According to the livor mortis, the time of death was around 4 to 5 in the morning. This man smoked, and he was a heavy smoker, Feng Xianxian added. He also liked to put on makeup. I just don't know if the people around him know that he's actually a man. Are you sure it's because of excessive blood loss? We still need to do a poison test to rule it out, Muqiqi said. So, we have to wait until we get back to the station for a detailed report. If Captain Tang thinks that we need a more professional forensic doctor to do the examination, we can contact our teacher or go to another station to find someone. No need. I trust you, Tang Yan said. After saying that, he glanced at the new forensic doctor. When the new forensic doctor saw that, he could only turn his head away awkwardly. He couldn't even compare to two sophomores. Forensic Dr. Qin, don't take it to heart. These two are the professor's proud disciples. They have been through many battles. The police tried to comfort him. Then are they still in charge of the autopsy? Of course, it's your job, senior. Muqiqi smiled. Feng Xianxian couldn't help but look at Muqiqi. It seemed that she wanted to teach the new forensic doctor a lesson. By the way, is Hongwen's medical school behind this? Muqiqi asked the other seniors in the team. Yes, that's Hongwen's medical school. Why are you asking? Muqiqi pointed at her face and answered Feng Xianxian. That person is inside. Chapter 632. I know what you are thinking. But I'm sorry. I don't want it to go as you wish. Feng Xianxian made a disdainful gesture and turned to Tang Yan. Let's go back to the police station first. Call us if you need anything. Tang Yan did not look at her but nodded. When the two of them walked away, he said to the new forensic doctor, I want to see the toxicology report tonight. The new forensic doctor did not know how much of a workaholic Tang Yan was. He just nodded blindly. Feng Xianxian and Muqiqi looked at each other and smiled. They were afraid that the new forensic doctor would have to suffer a little in the police station. Several people carried the body out of the school building. Because of the murder, the whole building was now completely cordoned off. However, there were still a lot of students watching. Mu Qiqi looked at them and understood that she had to solve the case as soon as possible. Otherwise, the students would not feel at ease staying in the school because of the panic. However, some people did not come to see the case. They came to see Mu Qiqi. So that's Mu Qiqi. She is really Mu Feifei's sister. They look the same, but they are different when you look closely. Why are you comparing? Mu Qiqi is also a second-year student, but now she has appeared at the scene of a murder to do an autopsy. Although the two of them look very similar, Mu Qiqi is Xing Zhao's woman after all. The confidence and arrogance she has is different. We have seen a celebrity, haven't we? Feng Xianxian heard many students looking at Mu Qiqi along the way. She nudged Mu Qiqi with her elbow. You're so cool now. Mu Qiqi looked at her disdainfully and looked at the crowd. Then she saw Mu Tongxue in the crowd. They had not seen each other for more than a year. Time was a good thing. Could make people forget a lot of things. Then Feng Xianxian also noticed the girl in the crowd. Wasn't this the scene she was looking forward to? Mu Qiqi glanced at Feng Xianxian. Then she took off her white gloves and threw them to Feng Xianxian. Then she walked toward Mu Tongxue. It was only then that the students around them noticed that Mu Tongxue was there to watch the commotion. She must have heard about the incident and hence came to watch. It's strange that you didn't hide when you saw me. Mu Qiqi said to Mu Tongxue. What happened to you yesterday caused a huge uproar and made me the focus of online violence. But now you're willing to show up. That's not what I did. Of course I won't break my current life for you. Mu Tongxue said calmly. I'm not that kind to stand up for you. If you don't come out, will no one in your nursing school know about this? You don't need to know that. Since Mama Yi wanted to hide it from Yi Jingqing, she would, of course, communicate with the school. She would pretend that Mu Tongxue did not exist in this world. Moreover, when she first entered the school, she had changed Mu Feifei's name. So before the incident broke out, almost no one paid attention to her. Everyone only knew that she was a quiet student who liked her teacher. Then what are you doing now? I know. Once the Yi family finds me, it means that the crown prince will find me soon. I don't want to be your enemy now, so I'm here to show my stance. I know that as long as I'm not a threat to you, the crown prince won't do anything to me, Mu Tongxue said honestly. You don't have the time to do anything to me, do you? Yi Jingqing has caused me a lot of trouble because of you. He's the one who caused you to fake your death. You should know this, right? Mu Tongxue, you're still as selfish as before. Sister, I have nothing now. I can only rely on myself. You really don't have to destroy me. Look at the gap between us. I just want to be an ordinary person now. Please let me go. Did I say anything? Mu Qiqi snorted. If you want to live under the sun, don't do those dirty things. This is my last advice to you. After that, Mu Qiqi turned to Feng Xianxian and said, Let's go. That's it? You were forced into a corner 2 days ago. I thought you would slap the main character when you saw her. But she didn't do it. What's wrong with me slapping her? Do you want to be in the headlines and accuse me of abusing my sister? Besides, I've already settled the score. Now we're just strangers who don't owe each other anything. After that, Mu Qiqi and Feng Xianxian got into the police car. But before they left, Mu Qiqi purposely glanced at Mu Tongxue. Mu Tongxue's heart was still impure. But because she had someone she liked and was rejected by the person she liked, she started to reflect on her life. At least she really didn't want to be against Mu Qiqi anymore. Because she knew that the gap between her and Mu Qiqi was getting bigger and bigger. It was a gap that was hard to cross. And she also knew that she should take over Yi Jingqing's problem. Because she knew Yi Jingqing, she was afraid that if she revealed her feelings for teacher, she would be investigated or even controlled by this man. But she was not afraid. After Mu Qiqi returned to the police station, she looked at the time. I'm leaving at 5 in the afternoon. Can you stay here and accompany Senior? Go ahead. I'll stay here until midnight without you. Feng Xianxian shook her head helplessly. Waiting for your family? Mu Qiqi raised an eyebrow. Don't say it out loud if you know. It's boring. Mu Qiqi chuckled and did not lecture Feng Xianxian. There was still some time left. She wanted to see if this new senior brother had learned his anatomy skills well. The two of them wanted to help, but the new forensic doctor felt that he was embarrassed at the scene just now, so he rejected Mu Qiqi and Feng Xianxian's help. You two can stand aside. I'll do it myself. Okay, you can do it yourself. Mu Qiqi nodded. But when the two of them moved away from the corpse, Muchichi saw something that looked like a rash on the left side of the corpse's arm. So when the senior was about to cut the corpse, Muchichi stopped him. "Don't move first." "What do you want?" The new forensic doctor was a little impatient. "Why don't you do it? If you don't want to be infected by HIV, you better not move first." Muchichi looked at the new forensic doctor and said, "I suggest you do a blood test first." "What nonsense are you talking about? See for yourself." Muchichi pried open the corpse's arm and showed him the rash. Although we can't rule out the possibility of eczema or other skin diseases, people infected with HIV will also have this kind of rash in the early stages. And HIV can still reproduce and infect people within 10 hours of death. If you don't believe me, you can do a blood test yourself. Chapter 633. After hearing that, the new forensic doctor put down the scalpel in his hand subconsciously. "Senior brother, although you don't acknowledge us, I think you should listen to Muchichi's suggestion and do a blood test first." "I know. After all, it was related to him." So the new forensic doctor immediately collected the blood sample of the deceased for a blood test. Muchichi gestured to Feng Xianxian. This forensic doctor might be a little incompetent. She didn't know who put him in, so she asked her to keep an eye on him. Otherwise, if they missed the test, it would affect Tang Yan's judgment. "Don't worry, just go." The two of them had been working in the laboratory for a long time. Why would they be afraid that they couldn't control the new forensic doctor? Su Che came to pick them up and Muchichi got into the car. But she didn't expect her man to be in the car too. Xianxia reached out his hand, but Muchichi stopped him. "I stayed in the bathroom for a long time today. I don't like the smell." "Is there any smell on your body that I haven't smelled before?" Xianxia snorted. "I saw Mu Tongxue at Hongwen University today. She begged me to let her go." Muchichi took off her coat and jumped into Xianxiao's arms. She stared at his chin and asked, "What do you think? Didn't you want to watch the drama between her and Yi Jingqing? You didn't even watch the drama." "Of course I won't do anything," said Xianxiao. "Am I that free in your eyes? Of course I can let Mu Tongxue go. But Yi Jingqing, he must lose his reputation and beg for mercy. Only then could Yi Jingqing repay the pain that Xiaoqi had suffered in the past. In order to achieve this goal, he would not hesitate to add fuel to the fire from behind." After changing her clothes at home, Muchichi accompanied Xianxiao to the hospital because Grandpa Xing was still in the hospital. At this time Xing Bowen and Hu Ran were there too. When they saw them, their eyes widened. "Xianxiao." Grandpa Xing looked at Xianxiao and snorted. It was the first day of the new year. However, he understood that Xianxiao was at the state banquet last night, so he didn't act coy. "The doctor said that you can be discharged after resting for a week." "I still need you to inform me," said the old man awkwardly. "Unhappy? Then I'm leaving." "Come back." Grandpa Xing sighed. "Yesterday I was worried that the girl would embarrass herself at the state banquet. I didn't expect her to be so eloquent. She taught those people outside a lesson. I've seen it for myself. There's really nothing for me to worry about the people you teach." The people in the ward couldn't help but laugh when they heard that, especially Xing Bowen. "I've already said that this isn't something you should worry about. I'm just scared." "Are you afraid that I'll drag Xiaoxiao down?" Muchichi continued. "Yes, compared to Xiaoxiao, I'm just a pile of cow dung. But since he's already a flower, there's nothing I can do. You have to accept your fate. Besides, are you the only one who cares about your grandson? I will also feel sorry for my husband." "Are you married?" "That's what I call my husband." "Yes." Muchichi raised the ring on her finger and said, "It's registered abroad. We're officially husband and wife." After hearing what she said, old Xing laughed. "How impudent." The family argued in the ward, but their hearts were warm. They were used to opposing each other. They didn't know how to get along with each other, so they could only be awkward. "Since Zhongting has developed to this point, I can't ask you to return to Huangyao. I guess you won't like it. But I'm still worried about third brother." "Grandpa, do you have no confidence in me?" Grandpa Xing looked at Xing Bowen seriously. Although he didn't mention Xing Kai these days, everyone knew that he and Gu Xiling were not easy to deal with. Even if they didn't do anything now, it didn't mean they would behave themselves in the future. It's not that I don't have confidence in you. I'm just afraid that you'll be too soft-hearted and not as ruthless as those wolves, tigers and leopards. Grandpa Xing propped himself up on the bed and said, I've been dreaming a few times recently that the Xing family will face a great catastrophe. I'm afraid I won't be able to get through it. It seems that you really don't have confidence in me. Even so, you should believe in eighth brother, right? With his current ability, can't he take care of Huang Yao? Grandpa Xing didn't say anything. After a long silence, he changed the topic. You and Xiao Ran should hurry up and have a child. I won't rush eighth brother since he's still young. Xing Bowen and Hu Ran looked at each other but didn't say anything. But Xing Xiao understood their awkwardness. So when they left, Xing Xiao asked Xing Bowen, You haven't slept with me yet? Maybe it's because of the wrong start. That's why I'm still not feeling it yet, said Xing Bowen. Pure man. Xing Xiao said and left with Mu Qiqi. They still had to go to the next place, Secretary He's house. On the way, Mu Qiqi heard about it and couldn't help laughing. Third brother, do you have a problem in that area? It's been so long but you're still so calm. You don't understand. Xing Xiao glanced at the little one's head and gave her 3 words. What don't I understand? If it's not a relationship that can be exchanged for life, there's no point in sleeping with you, said Xing Xiao. So, you have a relationship that can be exchanged for life? Mu Qiqi caught the main point in Xing Xiao's words and asked. A relationship that can be exchanged for life? Don't you think it's too shallow for you to ask this question? Xing Xiao asked. Mu Qiqi smiled. That's true. Anyway, they were fated to be together for life. Why should she be so pretentious? I know even if you don't tell me. Hearing Mu Qiqi's answer, Xing Xiao was satisfied. He began to stroke her hair. The two of them have too little experience. They can't feel each other in their hearts. That's why they treat each other with respect. But when the two of them really discovered their feelings for each other, it would be a little too late. Who could predict it? In the forensics laboratory, the new forensic doctor received the blood test report and found that the deceased Tang Yixiao was indeed an HIV carrier. So he broke out in a cold sweat. Why did Mu Qiqi come to that conclusion? Actually, it was very easy. Because Tang Yixiao was very likely a transvestite and liked to dress up. Why did he have to be so creative? Wasn't it to attract men's attention? Some of his characteristics were very obvious. He liked to attract people. Of course, this was his private life. No one had the right to interfere. However, because he knew that this person had HIV, the new forensic doctor did not dare to cut him. Feng Xianxian rolled her eyes. I say, senior brother, did you really graduate from forensic science? How dare you work in the criminal investigation team? Of course I am. You're just a student. What do you know? You're tuning in to the Zhou Xian's Legacy YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.